You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
They confuse us with so much life. Not even thinking that we would realize criticized. We could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the Lord. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did day. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Once we get old and gray, and the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites did it day. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, we just can't go this way.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and me. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and me. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Come and be mine to fix it. Jesus, come and me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know He's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listen. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you don't be always say, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear a burgundy t-shirt, a light blue t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatania, Xenorania, Sonoranias. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, you know this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you can come along. If you have haste, though, come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
And of course, that's the one and only, the man we call Dr. Love, Rennie Muhammad, a long time supporter here of us. When we first started this program, we first started this program, and they say we used to have 3 viewers. Yeah, we had 3 viewers, man. Three. Oh, God. Yeah, I like Trinity Banner. But, folks, we always say we originate, we don't imitate. Of course, we are the only program on the planet, where the oath starts pledged to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, my extension, the world. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Something that we truly, truly, truly mean when we say that. Let me bring in my partner, the man himself, the one and only, the prevalent man, who they call Uncle Tommy Boy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Wall Street, Professor Wall Street, I must say. And how is it today?
Well, Tommy, every day is a splendiferous day. And today, boy, I challenged myself more than anything else. I ran 6.6 miles today.
Wow.
Yeah. For the first time in years, partner, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did 6.6 miles. And I was impressed with myself, to be honest with you. I ran 48 minutes and 1838, maybe 48 minutes and 18 seconds.
For 6.6 miles.
Yeah. So I averaged 7 minutes and 47 seconds per mile.
That's pretty good.
I can't complain. It's coming along very, very well. It's coming along well. And that is the first time in a long time. That is my longest run, I will say, Tommy, in about 3 or 4 years, to be honest with you.
Wow.
But I felt good. I felt tired too.
Yep.
So I have to decide what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I'll wait for when tomorrow comes to decide that.
Yep.
But it was excellent. It was excellent. As you know, I train with some of the young ladies on the team, and they've been leaving me behind the last few days, Tommy. Right? I call it they've been then they drop, They've been dropping.
Dropping, yeah.
Yeah. But today, for some reason, first lap, they ain't dropped me because it was at Wake, right? Wake Park.
Yep.
First lap, Tommy, they ain't drop me. I said, I'm feeling good today, boy. Second lap, they ain't drop me. I said, but this, I feeling good. So I decided to take the lead, Tommy. You know?
Mm,
So I started to push the pace. Oh God. And I'm pushing the pace, I'm pushing the pace.
but there's only so much of that you can do.
Only so much that you could do. And when we get to the last hill, Tommy, four of them passed me.
Push.
You know what I mean? And I say, well, listen, the goal now is just to stay as close to them as possible. Right?
But that was a challenge in itself.
Yeah, but I stayed as close as I could. And it is the first time, Tommy, in a long while, I was able to hang in. Because the other days, they just dropped me. And one of the young lady tell the other young lady, you know, we only dropped Coach LeBron when he went up the last hill. You know, but it's kind of motivating, and it has inspired the young ladies to know that they have this young man, you know,
Young coach holding
yeah,
on with
yeah,
them.
yeah, young coach pushing them, and inspiring them for a better tomorrow. And it's the same thing we tell people: listen, you know, get up, take a little walk, during your lunch break and work, go out and walk for 5-10 minutes. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Just keep it moving,
So
and you go see.
today I went to Kessler for some PT.
Right.
So you know right now how the body feeling.
No, I know exactly what you mean. You know, so it was pretty good. But I'll be honest with you, boy, during class, boy, I was tired. And normally during class, I just stand up for the whole period. I don't sit down.
What?
I am not one of them professors that go and sit down in front of the class. No, I can't do that. So I like to stand up. I just stand up the whole class. When that class finished, I go take a little rest because classes are back to back.
How many minutes? 45.
No man, I want 15 minutes.
Okay.
It goes from 2 to 3:15 and then
Oh, yeah.
3:30 to 4:45.
So each class is twice weekly.
Yeah. Right, twice a week. Yeah, correct.
Right. So you get it's 3 credit hours.
Correct is right. Yep. Yep. So you know, I don't mind. Tommy, you remember 1 year, right? I had like about 5 classes, boy. And I had like 3 classes back to back to back. Boy, that was
How
a
many
hard
how many you have this semester?
two. I have two.
Two back to back.
Yeah. Now I used to have those classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This year, for the first time, Tommy, I only have it Monday and Wednesday. So I can't complain at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. I know no complaints. And so the rest of the days, let's be less busy. But let's go to the chat. Um,
Hanif,
yeah. And if continues on a roll, he says, good evening, Pro and Uncle T and all villagers. Hope you all had a marvelous Monday filled with all of God's richest blessings. Yeah. I hope you are rolling in the goodies that are being promised by the Minister of Finance. 5% plus $2. All right. Yeah, we have some audio with respect to the budget, the buck on the platform. Who is that? You Capitan?
he's calling finance minister that.
Or the buck? Oh, okay, okay. Mariano Brown, who was minister. Albert Montano, welcome. Mariano Brown, who was Minister of Finance in the Union government, said a realistic revenue for the next year will be between 42 to 45 billion dollars. This budget is $60 billion. A shortfall of 15 to 18 billion dollars. You know, I ain't really. Is it a budget deficit again? A deficit budget again? I ain't sure.
Naturally, naturally.
Yeah. So that could be 9 out of the 10 years that they will have a deficit budget.
Red ink.
Okay. So an estimate amount of money this guy borrowed in 10 years is around $120 billion. So TNT is in deep debt. Well, um, Albert Montano, this government withdrew 2.6 billion from the HSF fund. We didn't get to go into that last time. And
And that's
by
US.
contrast, eh?
And that's USD.
Yes, 2.6 billion US was withdrawn. And when you compare them to the government between 2010 to 2015, 1.17 billion was deposited over 5 years. And we go give you the numbers. So um, the thing continues. You know what I
And it
mean?
can continue.
Yeah. It just continues. So Trinidad could be in plenty financial trouble. They're already in financial trouble. And could be. Biz not welcome. Hi, good night to everyone. You know who
Welcome.
I talk to? I don't call Bizram. Anderson Wilson. Good night, my friends from Akira and Anderson. Yeah, Anderson and Akira, but yeah, but Caribbean Soul. Good night, WZYE TV. Hey, look, we friend Patty. Patty, how you going? Patty, how you like the budget? Eh, Patty? You like your government budget, Patty? Tell we. Patty, but the MP we go jumping up and down.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tony.
10 economic zones.
Um, they raise minimum wage too. Yeah, we go get into all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, but let me ask you a question. Do you think, well, do you think that's an election gimmick, or you think that is something that whenever there's a budget, you always have to give something to poor people?
Well, they're doing what they have to do.
I don't understand what that means.
It's it, they're doing they're doing what they have to do. What they believe is going to work for them.
You told me it's taking the easy way out there, man. Oh, you mean it's doing what don't work for them? So,
Regardless of who government is in there, and there's an election coming, they have to show a good face.
okay. So you don't believe, Tommy? Why wait for when a budget comes in order to do something? Well, I guess it depends on your revenues, of course. But certain things be done during the period rather than waiting or waiting a year, waiting 2 years, waiting 3 years?
No, but none of the budgets are usually lived up to. Think about it. Yeah, you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that a budget is followed or is implemented fully?
But don't they try to implement at least 80% of the things that they put on the table? I don't know. I'm asking.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
So
if
our,
they.
so our budget is just to fool the people?
Well, it's just a guideline, but how much of it can you really implement, especially when there's revenue issues going on,
Mhm.
especially for forex issues.
Oh, that's a big issue. I don't know how they're gonna handle that. Let me say good night to Robert Nesbitt. Robert, welcome. Robert, you in Trinidad or you up here?
Trinidad.
Okay. Pam, welcome. Pam Gray, boy. I hope all you know that the PNM going to thief the election. Tommy, I don't understand this. What? How could they thief an election in Trinidad?
If the people let them.
Somehow I don't believe. I honestly don't believe that. I think it's easier to thief an internal election than it is to thief a general election. Because an internal election is controlled by the masses, right? I'm not sure if the EBC is involved in any internal elections in the
You mean
political.
a political party internal election you're talking about
Yes,
versus
yes, internal
national
election.
election?
Yes, as opposed to a general election. Yes.
I think the EBC probably does a pretty decent job managing national elections.
Now, listen to this. I agree with international observers
I agree
because,
with that also.
yeah, it is not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt anything. It's only going to help the process be more transparent,
Exactly.
right? But I do not think the EBC can thief an election. I don't believe that. And to me, if the EBC had stolen an election, we had many elections in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have had elections when the opposition won. We had when Na won, right? We had when Basdeo Pandey won. And to me, if it was a situation where there was nefarious activities happening, somebody would have get caught long time and somebody would have been in jail. So I don't think they have the mechanism in place in order for them to thief an election. I just don't feel that. Pam says an election budget. Okay. But we could say that too though, Tommy. That certain budgets are election budgets, right?
Yeah, they have no choice. If it's an election, they'll do an election budget.
Right. I would agree with that as well. Wall Street. So Afterbird came back with 5-star hotel in Boko. Is that scandals? Caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Tommy. Good afternoon, Wall Street. I mean, I will agree with Pam to the extent where I strongly believe, listening to the budget, that this administration sound very confident, given that all that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, that they know they're going to win this election. So much so that I was thinking probably is an inside deal with probably the EBC and the PNM, because I mean, normally you expect a more of an electioneering budget with goodies to persuade the electorate to vote for a particular franchise. And in this scenario, nothing of that sort happened. It's just basically a regular budget. They was extremely confident in with their programs or whatever. So my thing is that, well, how this is not a normal PNM budget. What is this approach they are taking? So probably, I mean, there's some truth in what Pam is saying, that probably there's something more to it that we don't know, because this budget presentation from the PNM song was extremely confident one, given all that is happening, given the growing unpopularity of the PNM. So I agree with Pam saying that here, well, we need to be vigilant, and I think we need to focus more and more on the EBC. Thank you.
Thank you. I think, Tommy, a bigger issue to me is election observers.
That's imperative.
Yeah, because to me, Tommy, you won't have to worry about the EBC if you have election observers, right? Because they're not going to be coming from Trinidad. I don't know if they're coming from CARICOM or if they're coming from international. You know what I'm saying? I think that should be more of the concentration, more than thinking about if they go thief the election. I mean, I don't know if there's any evidence to show that we had an election that was stolen from election was stolen. Laurentia Williams, Morin, what about the budget though? That was a horrible one. Laurentia, where you joining us from? Abby, how are you? Wall Street, the $2 is for public workers, not private. Okay, you mean like CPEP and URP? Right? CPEP and URP is public, right? Well, that 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 is an election. Okay. Caribbean so say Abby, it's looking Abby that sound for CPEP and URP workers the $2 increase. So I don't understand that though, Tommy. They transfer, what was it, 43.6 million to CPEP,
Uh-huh.
and then they giving European CPEP a $2 raise, $2 increase.
Which I agree with for the mere reason that, and I think it should be more than that because they're getting paid peanuts.
Did they get an increase in the last budget? They did, right? They raised the minimum wage in the last budget too, didn't they?
It was raised to $20.50 an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
From if I believe it, it was like 17.50 or something before, and it went to 20.50 or something like that. If my memory serves me right. Now it's what, 22? What they went up to?
Yeah, they're going from I think it's 2050 to 2250, I think.
Mhm.
Something along that lines. Caribbean sauce, they're not even a classic Coca-Cola you're getting for $2. I mean, I will ask the question though, is that what about the $43 million? You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Well,
I would question. You know? That could no that could be a big time gimmick right there. And it's really the $2 they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
But that was specifically to CPEP. Pam say, oh, they're going to get caught when PNM family members running the election. Come on. Well, Pam, if you have international observers, that's a big difference.
And it would be very foolish for any other party to just allow one party to run an election.
Yeah, I think the real thing to ask for is focus on international observers. You know what I'm saying, Tommy?
Yep.
Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Hanson. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night to all the people on the live and all the callers who are going to call in. So, Mr. Hanson, I didn't really get to see the budget there, but I will take a look at it later. But all I could see, I could put my head on a block and see pie in the sky without looking at it. I could see pie in the sky because, remember for the past 4 budgets, the man was seeing the same budget over for every year. So it might be the same thing. So, Mr. Hanson, I like the question where you ask, and this will be the question we had to ask yourself. How would they steal the election, right? How about the domestic migration? You think, all right, let me say if I'm living in San Fernando and imagine a seat in Diego Martin, but I had to go Diego Martin and vote now. Who check in that?
No, your name going to be on the list. Your name not going to be on the list.
No, but if they put my name for Diego Martin now I legitimate, I have my name on the list for Diego Martin, but I live in San Fernando.
All right, okay. I hear what you're saying.
So I don't think it's in the safe seats, it's the marginal seats you have to watch.
Okay.
Because if you look at the marginal seats, it's just be like 1,500, sometimes it'll just be 20. So it could be something like that. So this way we have to watch. You see, let me say you live in Port of Spain,
Yeah.
but they send you Marble to vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, Mr. Hans,
No, Mr. Flo, don't go yet. Don't go yet.
Oh, yeah.
What you just said there makes sense. If
Yeah,
you if you finagle the voters list and put people where you need them, right? I think you have a point there. You have a point there.
Yeah, because I believe, because you know why I see that for the first time I ever voted in Trinidad, but I wouldn't like, I vote for Manning. Manning was my prime minister, but one of my neighbors, I went and voted in a certain secondary school, but he didn't went and vote in, and he was my neighbor, and he went somewhere else and voted. So that's how my mind fall on that. So look on this Mr. Hans, Mr. Tommy.
Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
No, but you could have more than one premises in Trinidad and decide which one that you're gonna register at.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
You could have more than one house.
So that is the way you could thief it, rather than actually saying the EBC could thief it. You know what I mean? Mova Defender, welcome.
That's my uncle Tommy and Wall Street.
Yeah.
Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, where's that weather in Parliament today?
Say that again?
There's a fire sale.
Well, I mean,
the man selling the Magdalena, he's selling the Clico assets, the 51%, TSCT up for sale.
Yeah.
Petrotron up. There's a fire sale we had today.
Well,
but bullshit, the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life is people happy that the Prime Minister said hard times in 2027. That took me off guard today. I thought today would have been our awakening. But then the same man said he did Prime Minister Manning something, and he's son in the Parliament, so I should not be shocked. But that budget today, I don't know big maths man, I don't know big economist, but that budget today was a waste of 5 hours. 5 hours waste of time. Imagine Tobago get 205,000 for developments. Well, shit, I don't have billions in Trinidad for 250 million. So they give it a country as Tobago 205 million for development projects. And they're building car parks 150 million in Trinidad and Tobago.
What did they get last year? What did they get last year?
That's not my political say. Hold on. I don't like to talk, so hold on.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, okay.
1 second. I'll pull it up for to tell you what I get. Last year. I just shared it on my page.
Capital expenditure, 264 million.
No, this is development projects.
Development project.
Right? The capital expenditure is they get 2.9, I think.
Okay.
Right? No, that recurring expenditure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same. Right?
Yeah.
They get, let me start from when they come in. The 4 years they're in power, right? The TPP. In 2022, they got 264 million.
Right. Capital expenditure. Capital expenditure.
No, this is development projects. It's be different.
No, 21, 22 you're talking about?
Huh?
No, I have a chart here too. 21, 22. All right. In 2021, capital expenditure was 200 million. In 21, 22, capital expenditure was 264
No,
million.
I read a development program. It's something different.
Oh, okay.
Right? This is development. So like this, they could take this money and build a road, build a something. They can do this project, they can do on their own.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
In 2022, they get 264 million.
Okay.
In 2023, they got 300 million.
Okay.
In 2024, they got 260 million. And in 2025, we're coming in, they get 205.
Oh God.
So it was a steady decline.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making, 205 million for development projects in a country, you know.
Yeah, I
Where the
understand.
PNM building minister help building for 250.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Know?
No, I understand.
So they're building buildings for more money, and they even giving to Tobago for development for a year, you know.
But isn't the total that Tobago get it for this budget 4.3 billion?
Because they're stifling the THA to make the THA look bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're victimizing and demonizing them.
They are victimizing it. Remember, the Prime Minister told Tobago, if they don't vote them, they will regret it.
Yeah.
So say another say, what was that budget today?
I don't know.
How you offer 5% though from 4. But it's real sad, boy, because all shit, I show somewhere in mobile lab and tell people clapping, you know. It's sad though. That budget was depressing. It was depressing, but such is life.
Yeah,
that's what they say we vote for. Enjoy the night.
All right, cool. Yeah. Let me take this one. Caller, welcome. Caller, you're live. Turn down your computer.
Uncle Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, indeed.
Opinion box, welcome, man.
Here.
Man, opinion box, welcome. How you going?
I good, brother. The man right there and Slim. Yeah. You will give a whole island the money that it take to build the hospital in town that flood out like a week after they build it. A week after they open the hospital, it flood out. Or you will get to be good that same amount of money to run the whole island, boy, for a year, boy. Let me be honest.
Well,
when I tell people we living in a clown nation, they just get vexed with me on my platform and I tell people that. But we living in a clown nation, a PNM clown nation. And look at it this way, right? He say, let me get it correct. He say, they're going to put 2,000 more vehicles in the TTPS Act, right? 2,000 more vehicles are they going to put in the TTPS Act. But here what's going on, Uncle Ansley. Right where I live in here, have a bunch, the place that has fixed all them TTPS vehicles right where I live in. If you see vehicles that they have repaired, sitting down in a lot here, sun in, sun out, sun shining and burning these vehicles day in, day out, and they're not going with none of them. And if you want proof, I will record it tomorrow and send it for you.
Yeah, record it and send it. Record it and
send it for you. Yeah. Because me and the fellas who just fix the vehicles, we good. You know how much X-Trail and Toyota Corolla and all of them that are parked up here and the vehicles working.
Hey, opinion.
Working.
Adrian, wasn't Vemcot responsible for that? Vehicle Management Corporation.
Vemcot was the people who had the contract originally. Vemcot and Inshan Contract Mel.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Them was the first, he was the first two that had it. Right? But it have some new fellas now, right where I live in, them are the contractor fix the vehicles now. They just fix and maintain all the vehicles. Two of my partners working there. And I am telling you, Anslim, there is a lot with close to probably 100 vehicles fixed, working, and they're not using the vehicles. The vehicles parked up. I can see the vehicles where I live in. The vehicles right there, sun in, sun out, the vehicles there. They not the other day they had some little thing going and a couple of police come and check on the vehicle and then they check on the lot and they leave. But the vehicles there.
So Adrian, that sound like
you gonna put 2,000. I tell you that is to buy the vehicles from the financiers.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's similar to when them buy them boats and them park up down in Stables Bay or wherever it is. That's something similar.
Exactly, and this is my point. You say you're going on buy 7 new boats from, you say you're going on buy 7 new boats, right? 7 new boats for the Coast Guard. But just the other day in all your press conference, all your police press conference, you say all the boats on dry dock. So what is the point of going and buy more boats when you have a whole bunch on dry dock that they fix? Because that I go in by what they said, you know, the man in the meeting with Fitzgerald Hines and Scotland and them, the head of the Coast Guard said that we have more boats on water right now. All the boats are them in dry dock being serviced. So my whole thing is this: we go and buy more boats, and we can't maintain the ones that we have already to the point where all and I being honest, if I was a criminal, after I hear the head of the Coast Guard say all the boats and them pack up, I would have tried to bring in a whole island into Trinidad. And I bring a whole island because you just tell me, think clear out there, you know, everything could pass. No, what they say, no, they're gonna buy 7 boats. And you know what I love about them now too? Is the confidence. Let me tell you something, I just tell people, they don't know they're going back, But I pray to God that Trinidadian people have some kind of testicular fortitude to hit PNM the dreaded 6 for 9 like how Tobago did it in this election here, you know. They need to do it, you know. Because you hear them talking like here what them don't have this thing locked, you know. We buying them boats in the next 5 years. We buying them boats in the next 3 years. Right? Let me deal with the other thing here now. They say no electricity and water rates to be increased at this time. But Marvin Gonzalez wasn't the same caca splash the other day that jump up and ball. We now have to pay the bill for WASA because WASA owe it.
Yep.
And this is why I asked the question the other day. You see, this is why I say Trinidadians have selective memory, because when the UNC was in the RIC making noise on behalf of keeping the electricity rates low, apparently PNM keep a general meeting with all the black people in Trinidad and Tobago and convince we that inside a T&Tech have an Indian and Negro power switch. And that if UNC make a certain noise, T&Tech will pull the switch down and drop the Indian current and keep the Indian current from going up, and all the African current all the African current go up. Because I couldn't understand how the UNC arguing on behalf of the nation to keep everybody current down and black people not supporting them. But now Marvin Gonzalez come out and telling all you have to pay now. Everybody has something to say. Everybody. But that is what the UNC was making noise on behalf of them for. But apparently, like they thought it had an Indian and African switch inside a T&Tech that they could push up and down and pick and choose. And this is the problem we have with these people. This is the problem we have in the nation, right? You come now and you say you're going to increase. What is the next thing you touch on? You're going to increase minimum wage in the public sector from $20.50 to $22.50. Let me tell you something. That is a spit in the face of public sector workers. And let me tell you why. You're saying that is to benefit MTS workers and CPEP workers and things. Correction, that is to benefit the PNM people who paying $200 rent in Nelson Street, Duncan Street, and St. Paul Street apartment plannings, and they're not even paying rent, and they could run down in town and eat a box of Chinese food for $20 and vote PNM the next term. So you give them a little increase. You know how much back pay MTS workers waiting on? MTS workers have their back pay since 2013, you know. Since 2013. MTS workers had their back pay from this government, you know. You raise this by $2 and you smile. And then and you're talking about you ain't raising the rate right now. Of course they will raise the rate right now. If they raise the rate right now, everybody go get vexed and they might lose a couple more votes. So here what they go say. We ain't gonna raise it now. We go let them vote me back in. And as the voters back in, we back them for 6. And I just try to figure out how come the population is so gullible and so stupid with this thing that it has begun to catch with this bubble. And the thing is this, you see the majority of that budget that was read out today, half of them didn't sit down and watch their budget, you know, and Slim. You want to know why? Because when they use a certain big word and a certain gobbledygook, you have to understand majority of PNM voters, they ain't that educated in. So they're sitting down there to listen. They're only waiting to hear one line in that whole budget. Minimum wage going up. That's the only line them does wait to hear, you know. They just wait to hear minimum wage going up. Right? Listen what PNM voters does listen for the budget for. To hear minimum wage go up, to make sure alcohol go up, and to make sure cigarette go up. As long as them things go up, PNM voters don't care, you know. That is what them does listen for the whole budget for, you know. You hear nothing about infrastructure. Right? You hear them talk nothing about infrastructure. The leasing point up here, the selling way Clico, right? You're talking about you're coming with e-digital passports and arrival cards. We don't need them things. What about the infrastructure in Lavantil? What about the infrastructure in Vitamin C? That's everybody else community developing. Everybody else community growing into something. Arangwa's growing into something. Shoguana's growing into something. What Lavantil, Silots, and Port of Spain growing into? Grant. Nothing.
Grant.
Nothing at all.
Hold on.
And people celebrating by...
Tommy, have a question. Tommy, go ahead.
Adrian, the increase is $80 a week. Is that in line with the inflation?
You mean $80, Tommy?
Yeah, $2 an hour for 40 hours.
Oh, $2 for 40 hours. That is something we had to look up, though.
That is something we had to look up, but they're saying that is the minimum wage for the public sector. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is that $2.50 is a slap in the face for them. For the length of years, they're waiting for back pay and thing. The government owe these people real money.
Yeah, man.
So why do them that? You ain't even say you go pay off the back pay or nothing like that. You're saying, no, you're going to raise from 4% to 5%.
But Adrian, you know something though?
And like I said,
them people and them, they go clap, they go be happy, they go say, look, my government, look what my government doing. Look what my prime minister doing for we. And them happy with that. Them go be happy with that.
But that's why I tell people, the budget is not for critical thinkers, you know, Anslim.
No.
I didn't hear what you said it.
No, I hear you. You said the budget is not for critical thinkers. I agree with you.
No, the budget is not for critical thinkers, Anslim. The budget, let me tell you something. It's something I said the other day, and I wanted people to understand this. You want me to tell you why we in the mess? You see the critical thinkers in this country, Anslim, we in the minority. And you see the fully dons in the community, the fully dons, the PNM cultivate that, them in the majority. So most of these people, they don't understand nothing that the government does be saying, and most of them not educated enough to sit down and think. You see, if you don't do videos, or I don't do videos to break it down to them, for them to understand that, listen, it's nothing they're giving all year. They doesn't understand, you know. They kill them dead. This budget is something to celebrate, you know. This is nothing that the PNM gave, which, and let me go back to the statement he making about harder times ahead. But Anslim, when they voted me in for the first 5 years, on the podium that night, he said that we have some hard times ahead, Trinidad and Tobago, but we go rally through the storm. I had the first article and the first video where he said that. Then when he come and get elected for the second term, he said the same thing. We have some hard times ahead of we. No, you ain't even get elected yet for the third term, but you don't let we know here what watermelon and flour and we are to catch you ass again. So my question, Ansel, is when does it end, boy?
After you elected.
If Trinis, let me tell you something. Ansel, if Trinis tighten the belt anymore, it will cut them in two, you know.
Adrian, we gotta go for the break.
Okay then, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Bless. Tommy, when we come back, we go play some audio from the Prime Minister, from
Finance Minister
today. I mean, Tommy, boy, and people and them happy with $2, boy, Tommy. Tommy, we get something, boy. All right. So, folks, stick on. We're gonna go for a quick break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey.
She's going to be singing Plight of My People. Make some noise for Lady Gypsy.
No plight of my people. Too much a one thing good for nothing. Too much a good thing never enough. I don't know why my black people cannot see. No party never care about we. Every election we so devoted. How we love up with PNM. As soon as election come and go, it's only problem after problem. How could we cope? Man lost their hope. I ain't seeing no solution. Every time PNM come in power, it takes a toll on black man. I don't want to sound like a racist, but this is what I can see. They just take care of the race, but they damn well know they have we. I want to ring me bell, wake up Eric Williams. Tell him the party found him PNM needed immediate attention. Ring me bell, wake up Mother Cornhucks. Tell she to cast a spell on we party, not what it used to be. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. This thing is becoming out of hand. It's time this damn nonsense stop. If you don't sing a PNM song, from Skinner Park you'll be dropped. Calypsonian could have sing what they want. We were the spokesman for the people. Eric Duffy, Chambers Dunphy. When Kamala drunk, how she like to pee. Calypsonian know that's no way to go. Too much happening in we country. All this killing spree, young woman body, but only about PNM you could sing. All them songs playing on the radio, all you singing with Kamala do. But when PNM do a wrong thing, I ain't hearing a word from you. I want to ring my bell, wake up Mother Carcel. Every Monday she preach on Wack Radio and is the biggest critic of Calypso. Ring my bell for Patsy and Joni. I want them two cultural lovers to know not only PNM song is Calypso. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there. Crime will never stop in this country once black people belly empty. How could a man work in CPEP, maintain his whole family? All you say the past regime was so bad, so much wrong thing they done to we. Now that PNM take over, why poor people going hungry? When PNM win, all African grin. Now we get back we country. All they doing is complaining and ain't doing nothing for we. The mess already made, don't sit in the shade and ponder on we problem. Get off your ass and do it fast and find a way to solve them. I want to ring my bell, wake up Randolph Burrows. Tell him among all past police commissioners, up to now is he I prefer. Ring my bell, wake up the Lord Bryna. Tell him the state of Calypso today is a good thing he passed away. If I have no rights to privacy, well, it's best I take off my clothes. Please apologize, Mr. AG, for uttering those silly words. When Munilal say, hush your stink mouth, the whole country come down on heat. Nobody tell him but nothing for calling a man stupidity. Please don't get me wrong, I am PNM strong. I will stand defend my party. But when my pocket dry and empty, everyone is my enemy. All you take with Carnival Village, no Calypsonian can make a cent. Great is the PNM, I go sing that and pay my rent. Ring the bell. One more time. Thank you. We're gonna take down this one. I want to hear this. So much of educated black people that was born here in this island, because lack of opportunity migrated to a foreign land. When I was small, in every school hall, Eric William face you could see. Now every 5 years a new PNM, you can't identify nobody. When UNC was there, Barack Podebe, they take care of their people. Why you can't do the same thing and stop African from seeing trouble? PNM come and PNM go, it's the same plight of my people. Stop suffering the poor man and make it more young bandit here in this land.
Of course, that's Lady Gypsy Boy, plight of my people, Tommy. Full 100 there, Tommy.
Ring your bell, ring your bell.
Bring the bell, boy. We had to get a bell, boy. We had to bring back Mother Connox too.
Yeah.
Bring back Mother Connox, you know. Yeah, boy. Plain talk, bad manners. But Tommy, of course, folks, don't forget to share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on caller, hold on. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. WZYE TV on YouTube. Subscribe. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also on 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509.
Caller, welcome.
Mr. Washi. Good night, Uncle Tommy, and good night to all the viewers.
Good night, KFC.
Washi.
Yeah.
Ease or squeeze? We think about that budget.
Ease or squeeze? Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I like the PNM. That real moves, you know. The chow, I let you for the people in the East West corridor there, you know.
Yeah, little bone.
European CPEP. Kind of water base, you know.
Correct is right.
Them come in and clap and talk about that budget tomorrow, 91.9, and say, what a good budget, you know.
Yeah, but $2 an hour. $2 an hour increase is only $80 a week for 40 hours.
Yeah, but I'm happy for that.
So they're going by is Laura's or Linda's They're going by Linda's Bakery, boy, with $80.
I tell you, remember poor people in getting a standard increase. I'm glad for that. I tell you, PNM I move. Them going back and go back to PNM. The PNM go back in office with all that small thing they get it.
They're gonna get 5. How much bread you just give it that? 5 ups bread?
Now they get what free. Bread are expensive, boy.
Yeah.
My boy told me like the budget, you know.
Like the budget.
Tommy down dollar PLM and you just watch you no wash it. I don't know.
KFC.
You gone. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Let me say good night to you. Wash it.
Hey, wait, who's this?
Good night to you, Uncle Tom.
Good night, sir.
Kingsley, wash it. I don't take my corner on the on the
Kingsley.
Why I can't ask who's this?
Yeah, boy, no, but it didn't take my call. First call, the second time I call.
When somebody was on the line.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, all right,
I
go
know
ahead,
about
man.
it. So,
Go ahead.
somebody was on the line. All right. What you know, I in this technology business, eh? My technology wildfire. But I must say good night, wash it, and good night, Uncle Tommy.
Good night, Kingsley.
I would say I must say good night to my favorite Republican Party and people who support Republican in America. It remind me of the UNC party.
Kingsley,
down here.
Kingsley, let me ask you a question. Do you know anything about Donald Trump policies regarding to naturalized citizens naturalized citizens who became citizens, or naturalized
That is not
citizens
true.
of the United States?
That is not factually. That's not truth. That is nothing. That is far from truth. That is
Go ahead.
Harris and Tim Pon, who want to pay tampon in little boys' toilet. That is them agenda. Our agenda is to make sure that people like you, wash it, who you work hard and you are paying taxes to America, live comfortable and continue living comfortable. If you're from Trinidad and you over there for 50 years and you're living under the table, when we catch you, we will deport you back with the jaws on. Because I wish that could go on here in my country.
Kingsley, let me say this. I have to be very honest with you. You don't know what you're talking about.
You
absolutely do not know what you're talking about. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'll go play a video for you after this. It is sad, Kingsley, that you are parroting that opinion and you are absolutely clueless about it. Let me tell you, Trump policy is that Tommy and I, who are naturalized citizens under Project 2025, if we do certain...
Wash it.
Can you finish?
Wash it. You read that? You read that? You really read that?
Listen, we have a former...
You really read that?
Tommy, Kingsley.
No, you really read that?
All right, Kingsley.
That is far from the truth.
Make your contribution. When you finish, I go address it.
From the truth, wash it. Right? Because they say that before that Trump will answer people from Grenada, from Mexico, from Jamaica, from India, from wherever they come from. That is far from the truth. But we will see how that take place.
All right.
And you see, right. We tell you, but that's far from you, project.
All right.
So Charles, when Charles said me that, and I see that, me say coach that because I know that's a propaganda of the PNM Democrat. I can't support that. I can't support you worship running and you running next to a transgender and a woman.
Let me talk about the budget.
Against woman.
Let me talk about the budget.
Right.
What is your opinion about the budget?
I think worship that this budget was a rowdy budget. It was of nothing. I think it's over 6 hours. 6 hours of heat, 6 hours of take from the people, 6 hours of infrastructure what we do not need at this time. We put money in the Ministry of National Security. I think it's 7-point-something billion dollars. I think that the Minister of National Security do not need that money right now because they cannot give account for the last 9 years how much billions they get. I am concerned that this budget, again, it was nothing about election. It's like the man know that the election is going to be stolen in this country. You know that the election is going to thief because it's the first time that even one goalies share for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I think Tobago got a hard lash in this budget. I think that they use the political to try to bring down that party there, Farley, over there. the new party will form, something in blue jersey, the people of Tobago or something like that.
TPP.
And it's sad to see that after 9 years, Dr. Rowley offer 1 more percent on the 4%. It's very easy. Yeah, remember, it's very hard because some people they say because I'm not meeting man, he say because he say in Bujap a bomb. I say what bomb in Bujap? He say in with the Union Falash. I say wait a minute. He say well the ones of them who don't get 4%, you tell them go to the table now again and we offer you 5. So the ones that like the union like me and others who won't take and the 4%, we have to negotiate for the 4%, then we have to go and negotiate for the 5%. So it might end up to if the union negotiate still strong and get the both 2 one time, then 4 and the 5 it end up to 9%, right? So I know what kind of mathematics, what kind of game he playing there. But I think from the first 4%, I still am saying that we should have get 10%. This one year now we're talking about, we should also get 10%, right? I think that the minimum raise was from $20. I think it raised to 22 now. $20 and 50 cents. I think it raised to $22 and 50 cents. I think that's the minimum wage right now. And I think that the minimum wage she should be averaging $25 an hour. I think so. I think that also they should increase CPEP money. Also, I didn't hear nothing about the senior citizen. I didn't get that. I didn't have nothing about that. You know, they do anything. Watch it about the senior citizen.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
Right. So I didn't see anything. How about public assistance and self-help? What they do for that? So again, and that what I'm saying, the budget was never about winning the election because the data what I am having, what I'm sitting back and seeing, this government is not going to give the election up easy. This government is planning. And this is what we have to be asking Dr. Rowley. If he's planning to thief the 2025 election, and watch it, I will tell us, watch it. I do not believe. I am saying this that the 25 election going to call. Dr. Rowley is not going to call an early election. He's very experienced. He trained under the best of the best manning on them. He understands what take place when Manning call election twice. Manning call the election. It is a political. He read the book. He understands the book. I am not preparing for no election now. I'm preparing for election next year.
Thank you.
And that's why I take a step back.
Thank you.
Because after I'm seeing this, right, my party have 300 and something thousand people there, and only 100 people could go out and say Rowley must go. Rowley walk in Parliament happy to see only 100 people out there saying, only 100 people out there saying that Rowley must go. I know them by name, I know them by address, I know them by name, I know them by address, I know them by number. And I think that as we should be, because I put my money where my mouth is. If PNM call and protest and say the call is support us to support the budget, you're going to see Pan side all day. You're going to see Rhythm side all day. You're going to see a C or red. You're going to see how mobilizing is that the PNM base is so thick and so still alive. I am very concerned because from I see this.
All right, Kingsley, let me leave it there. We have a next call.
As I close up.
Yeah.
I see this today. What take place today? For the last 9 years, and no results come out of it. And I'm saying this: we need to fight PNM the way they're fighting us, nasty and stink.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tommy, let me play. Let me get the first one. This is the government decide to offer public sector workers an increase of 5%. The increase is estimated to cost the government an additional 475 million. Let's listen to the finance minister.
We hope that good sense will eventually prevail. However, as a responsible government, we cannot allow the refusal of the PSA and the NUGFW to accept our offer of a wage increase for the 2014 to 2019 periods to delay negotiations for other public sector trade unions who represent more workers in the public sector for the next bargaining period. Accordingly, I have today instructed the Chief Personnel Officer to make the necessary preparations to commence negotiations with those trade unions who accepted the previous 4% offer for the next triennium, that is for the period January 2020 to December 2022. For the next 3-year period, 2020 to 2022, the government, even in the face of our challenging financial circumstances, has decided to offer public sector workers an increase of 5%. This increase is estimated to cost the government an additional $475 million per year in recurrent expenditure, with back pay up to the end of 2024 estimated at well over $1 billion. It will be difficult to find the money to make these payments, but we think it is only fair and just.
Tommy.
Hmm.
Oh, Father. From 4% to 5%.
Yep.
Well, in this day and age, Tommy, what 1% difference doing?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that the people wouldn't be able to find a way out of poverty with small increases like that, because inflation is leaps and bounds above that.
So what we saying, people, this government continue to make poor people poorer because everything going up, everything else going up. What, Tommy? If I'm making $100, I'm making $80 a week, and I'm going from 4% to 5%. I get a 1% addition. What is the big difference? What is the big difference? You know, it's sad. It's sad. But it have one here. All right. Let we go now. Is that they will increase the minimum wage earned by public sector employees from $20.50 an hour to $22.50 an hour. And listen to this,
$2 an hour.
$22.50 an hour.
Right, $2 more an hour.
Yeah. And listen to this, they add this on, it's a whopping increase of 9.8%.
How much is your percentage of increase in your groceries?
About 20%, 15%. Let me be conservative, 15%.
And I think
9.8%.
Much more than that.
Oh God, I'm being conservative. Right? So you're still in a deficit. It's like the PNM deficit budget. Right? You're still in a deficit. Let's take a listen to this.
Earned by public sector employees from 20.
Listen to this.
We have therefore decided not to make any further increase in the national minimum.
All right, it's buffering.
Wage at this time, especially since the last increase just last year was of the order of 17%, and small and medium enterprises are still grappling with the challenge of managing that increase. However, the government as the largest single employer of people in the country, is acutely aware of the difficulties endured by persons earning the minimum wage. Accordingly, while we do not wish to place additional stress on the small business sector at this time, while continuing to review the national minimum wage for an increase in subsequent, we will increase the minimum wage earned by public sector employees from $20.50 an hour to $22.50 an hour, an increase of $2 per hour or 9.8%.
All right, Tommy. I mean,
And you heard that thumping.
and that's thumping, boy.
Yeah, because that's a great thing, you know.
So you know, all right. So here is the next
Evaluation
one.
committee to be
Here is the next
worthy
one.
of further
Hold on,
consideration.
hold on. 3 companies now looking at Petrotrin: Croco Consortium, Inca Energy LLC, and Oando PLC. Take a listen.
Using these criteria, 3 of the proposals were found by Scotia and the evaluation committee to be worthy of further consideration from the following entities. 1, the CRO or CRO Consortium, a locally based consortium comprising 3 companies: DR Commodities Limited, Chemitech, and Ocala. 2, Inca Energy LLC, a company based in the United States. And 3, Wando PLC, a company based in Nigeria. In this regard, Madam Speaker, I am authorized to report that Cabinet, after due consideration of the findings and recommendations of Scotia and the Evaluation Committee, has agreed to the shortlisting of these 3 companies. A formal selective request for proposals process will now be initiated to determine the winner among these 3 companies, with a view to restarting the refinery if found feasible. It must be stressed that in this process, the government has no intention of exposing taxpayers to the recurring billion-dollar losses that occurred previously in the operation of the refinery. And the success of this venture is predicated on the principle that it be at no cost to the taxpayer.
All right, Tommy. There are 3 companies, boy.
But what I keep wanting to know is if they are sure that the government going to lose money, how they know that an investor is going to make money?
No, they go give them they have to give them incentives.
The government wouldn't get incentives either.
No, well, the government got to get them maybe 10 years.
No, I'm saying if the state decided to run the restructure and run the company, they couldn't do it effectively and efficiently enough to be profitable.
Yes, they could have. Yes, they could have. Yes.
And that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I mean, them guys, it was something that they wanted to do, and they fooled the people. All right, so okay, no, hold on. Okay, what happened? I just lost that thing there. Hold on, So what's the next one here? Hold on. 5% increase. Let me see that. We got that. The oil price assumption for 2025 will be US $77.80 per barrel. Natural gas price assumption will be US $3.59 per MMBTU. Total revenue is equal to 54.24 billion, and total expenditure is 59.741 billion. Let me see what it was last year. Total revenue last year was 54.012 billion, and total expenditure was 59. Total expenditure. Let me look at 59.209 billion. Right. So this year total expenditure went up. Right. total expenditure went up. I haven't done the math yet, but it went up. The fiscal deficit for 2025 is estimated at 5.517 billion. The fiscal deficit in 2023, well, 2023 was 3.41, and after 2024, you have 5.19 billion. So, of course, the deficit going up again, right? They're spending above the means again, Tommy, continuously. KFC, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Washit. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Mr. Washit.
Yeah.
The man said nothing for the old citizens like Manu and them, boy, and Manu and them, you know. We'll call from Miarel. Nothing for them until the next 3 years, boy.
Nothing for them.
Nothing for them.
Them good, you know. Them happy with this budget.
Yeah.
Them in cave, they ain't get nothing. You understand?
Nothing for the, yeah, nothing for Bartaria, son, nothing at all.
No. Them good. Once they get that $2 CPEP, they're good. You know, CPEP and URP. They're good with that.
CPEP and URP. The grass cutters and but the CPEP and URP, them is the PNM voter bank watch. Them is mobilized and full of maxis and all kind of thing, you know.
Correct is right. So they're good with them. They're good.
Yeah. But the people in the East West corridor, remember majority of them working CPAP and URP, so them glad for that little scrub. What the government working, boy? I get a little small thing.
Yeah. We love you, so we take great care of you.
And if they go out in an AP and then right meeting and thinking they take him back, they're thinking, plus plenty URP work that thing close down, gonna wash it. Real gang and thing close down, you know.
Yeah, but remember they allocated 40-something. They allocated 40-something million, you know. They took from different places and allocated about 40-something million to CPEP, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is an addition, boy.
But how call them, but like you read that paper budget, though. That man looking to sell out Rico, looking to sell Petro Chill. He looking to sell this, he looking to sell that.
He sell TSTT too. Yeah.
I feel like to pay. I feel like to pay the back pay. Who get the 4% in part of the line it. I ain't lying. Wash it. The PNM is really a call to. But the PNM going to wash it. They're different, but I ain't lying. They're really shocked at that. Because boy, PNM well, boy. Great to see PNM, boy. I don't call us.
Yeah, man. Let me go to the chat. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the chat. Oh, let me go back up here and see. Hold on, The chat going, boy, Tommy. Hold on, let me see. Let me go up here. Let me see. Okay. Hanifat says there are questionable things that the EBC has done, extending the election 1 hour. Alicia, welcome. Alicia.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, straight and I realize with these PNM supporters, Rolly coming out brave and bold and telling everybody, tighten all that belt again.
Yep.
Right? Difficult times ahead, and they're still going back and support this man, no?
They like abuse.
They're still going back and support it. And everything, and how this man in both come and say in parliament, but they're doing 1 billion for this and 2 billion for that, and you know, 1 billion for this and that. Nothing happening, all them billions of dollars going is in them pocket. Is in them pocket. And the next thing, Wall Street. And the government and this nasty wicked PNM government was saying the pensioners don't have to pay them property tax. That is a liar. Because people are wrong these pensioners and they're taking money from them for the property tax. You know what I say?
Yep.
They're taking the money for the property tax from the pensioners on them too.
Yeah,
so the lie and everything they're saying and doing is lie. It's just lie and more lie. People need to open their eye. Okay, good night.
Yeah, man. Good night. Thank you, Alicia. Tommy boy. Hanif says there are questionable things that the EBC has done, extending the election 1 hour, allowing ballot to be put in the box without a signature, ballot found discarded, questionable recounting, etc. I am not questioning whether those things are questionable, Tommy. But I just don't see how the EBC could thief an election. I have to be honest. I don't see it. You disagree or agree, Tommy?
I am not comfortable with paper ballots. I
You know,
must say that.
Tommy, that you see what you just said there? I agree with that. I agree that it should be computerized.
Of course, in this high-tech age.
Yes, I agree. Because when I went to vote recently, it took me about, I ain't gonna lie, maybe maybe 2 minutes, 2, 3 minutes.
Yep.
They
2
look for your
minutes.
name on the computer, they ask you your name. But you know the funny thing, Tommy?
They ask you your name, they look on the list, they see your name, you sign by your name, and you go in the booth and do your thing.
You know, Tommy, you know, mindset is something, you know. And you know, I wanted to talk, I digress in here. There is a book by Dr. Carol Dweck called Mindset, that there is growth mindset and there is fixed mindset, right? And when I went to vote, they asked me my name. Your name showed up. You signed by your name.
You show your ID?
No, I never show no ID. That's what I was gonna say. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to show an ID, man.
What they do, they check your signature to make sure it's your signature.
No.
You don't know what they did, but they knew it was you.
No, they asked me my name. They turn around the thing, the computer thing, they tell me sign there. Then they give me a piece of paper, they say print and sign. I print and sign. They tear off a piece of paper, they give me a ballot. I went over by the thing. I pick who I wanted. I pick it. Then I went over by the machine. They put the machine in. And then it says ballot cast. And they give me a
Right.
thing, say I voted. That was
Right.
it. You know you can't do that in Trinidad. You think you could do that in Trinidad?
No, yeah, that show ID and all of that.
Yeah. All right. So, Nadira, welcome. And if I'm trying, brother, I'm seeing I'll have a discussion with Stuart Young and others speaking about the budget. Let me just go through some things here in the chat. Ban may I say, and while we are Keith and Kamla in news, Samsung unveils world first ultra small solid state battery for wearables. These batteries can be easily integrated into increasingly slim and compact designs of future wearables. All right, Banmer, you're into technology. That's a good thing. Albert Montano said, I'm watching a live budget discussion on CNC 3 now.
He said 2, but it's 3.
Yeah. All right, Banmer, give me some information on what batteries do. Fox, PNM Fox says, who say we're not getting international observers? Between 2010 and 2015, 250 million plus spent on elections. Call for campaign finance reform. Okay. Then the Prime Minister said no international observers. Did the Prime Minister say that?
I thought so, but maybe we're wrong. Maybe Boundary Hand or something.
Maybe PNM Fox knows something.
PNM
What was the ex-minister name who went away for hospital care and they spent a ton of money on him? Oh God. Oh God, that fella boy. What's his name again, boy?
How long ago was that?
Huh?
That was a while now.
Yeah, that was a while. I forgot his name. But I mean, to be honest with you, Tommy, I don't have a problem with a minister.
Yeah, Mr. Hansen, Mr. Tommy, coffee was the name.
Right, yeah, Coffee, Max Coffee.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Hansen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't have a problem, Tommy, if it's a minister getting help from the government if they become ill. I know it's taxpayers' money, but I don't have a problem with that. Because to me, that's like if you have an insurance policy, right? You want the insurance to pay.
But what I would like ideally to see is that we fix our healthcare system adequately so that we don't have to be running here and running there.
Well, that'll be good too. Capitan say, I believe the PNM Buck is doing the right thing. S West, good night. WZYE host Ansem, Tommy, and friends. Good night to you, S West. Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Wash. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Wash it.
Yeah.
Anybody going and vote against the PNM? Dr. Early went to kill man and they go left it too. When you grave got some grave dot and go in the voting vote.
I ain't lucky with that kind of.
Yeah, the fire is very drum meeting on the road. You look at it and check, wash it. You want to go down in the Guinness book. Everybody who go and vote against the PNM go to Tobago and get some grave dot.
I know about you and your semi-demi.
See, I know all that. Nah? God Joseph said, good evening all. Hope you and yours better than good, because with God all things are possible. I'm on the waters at work and I'll be on when I can, but I'm listening. Thank you very much, Gordon Joseph. Pam Grace say, oh yes, ex-minister Coffee. Narcissus Scope, who is CEO of ABC's ex-minister Coffee niece. And I hear they have others related to the Prime Minister. And she's also the best friend with the Education Minister. Gordon Joseph said, thanks to God we are alive, and some of us, not enough, budget or no budget, our dependent is on God, not government. All right. Caribbean Soul says property tax will take back that $2. Okay. S-West says PNM seem confident that they can do as they please, make comments and demands on the voting population. A majority don't protest. Yeah, they do this to those new electronic ID and passport is to fulfill a coat of arms change. They just don't want to tell us that. Okay. Oh God. Caribbean say World Series once a fully done in the majority. Imagine that. PNM Fox says that budget will make PNM haters sick. Nadira says it would be nice if they had given the pensioners a little raise in their grant, because I've been hearing how they are complaining about how much money they have to pay for their medicine. Gordon Joseph says, Nads, it's hard, but hate and the book of do-to-ishness is not helping the deaf, blind, and weak to try to move up and forward. Tommy, was there anything to reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line? Or when the government getting the money to have soft times? Okay, I don't know what that is. Caribbean Sister Gordon, I read that book. I saw they mention your name in it. Mr. Rima, welcome. Breaking news. Trinidad and Tobago will be called a terrorist state and a state to support terrorism, thanks to Amory Brown's speech at the United Nations. Okay, we already know that. The solution is to start campaigning on the ground, social media and on the ground. The UNC and all UNC activists prefer for elections for the new government, kick out PNM. Yeah, they say he's the kind that we should hate because he speaks the truth and he's very real. I wonder who you talking about, boy.
Who's that boy?
I wonder who you talking about, Tommy.
Emery Brown, probably.
Who?
Maybe Emery Brown.
Say that again?
Maybe Emery Brown.
Oh, okay. Everett Nichols, welcome. Good night, Calypso is dead courtesy the Black People Party PNM. Courtney, I don't like this song, but it's real, eh? Mr. Rima said SOS International Observers for the 2024 general election. Maybe that's 2025. Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome. Hello?
Hey, hello, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy again. So, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy, you see, when that government have citizens who trying to be law-abiding under ransom and in survival mode, they take trinkets and they be happy with it. Because Trinidad right now is in survival mode. People just trying to be law-abiding citizens and they will take trinket and they will clap for that. And you see, the thing is, in their mind,
We lost Kings. We lost Mr. Florida. And Sammy got knocked off also.
exactly. You see, when our government had it, Mr. Tommy, you're correct. Right now, people in survival mode right now in Trinidad, they're trying not to be a bad citizen, they're trying to stay law abiding, you know. And it's a sad state to see when you oppress a person's mind and think you know deserve better than what they have over a long period of time, they become that. They have a saying where they say, eat little and live long. I don't believe in that. I want to eat. There's a certain show I just watch on sometimes with a crime man in Trinidad. And you see with these young girls going and putting themselves with these men and sleeping on mattress on the ground. Wall even have no concrete and no mortar, no paint, and they have a fan, half a fan, and all kind of things. This is where the young society and they putting themselves with these men. In America, you feel you could bring a woman in a house like that? But she run you and put you up on social media and show everybody. Yeah, know I'm done. But you see, trivial and trinkets become the survival of the day. Look on the same side, Mr. Tommy.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Let me go back to some other. I saw.
That's a very good question. Which normal citizen can buy an electric vehicle? You see the price of electric vehicles here in the United States?
Yep. You want to introduce that in Trinidad?
No, it's exempt from taxes.
Oh, it's exempt from taxes? Eh, boy, hold on there. I'm trying to finish up some. Fox's PNM Fox at Wall Street, where the government will get the money from to pay more than 5%. What make you both think those workers are poor? Fox, it's very simple in PNM Fox. You see the $56 million two-story apartment building they're going to build up in the zoo, Tommy?
Hmm.
Do we need that?
They need to fix them schools so children could sit down and get a good education.
Here we go. You're going to spend $56 million on a building in a zoo, a Fox, rather than pay people so they could feed their children, rather than feed poor people. You're going to build a $56 million. Look. You know, it's, hey, look your partner. Look your partner come to me. Read what your partner say. Your next partner, you know you have plenty partners.
Yeah. Big
You know
George,
that is, right?
same thing in the US. Everything going up and people getting 2% increase. US have more money than Trinidad.
You know who's that, right?
Big George.
Yeah, Big George, another PNM one. He come in, listen, he come out from under the red blanket, you know, Tommy. You know? Tommy, you ever see him save? You ever red gloves too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You ever what? Red gloves, boy. Red shin pads. Red chin part, your knee parts with red.
But inflation, food prices very ridiculous lately, you know.
Yeah, I not disagreeing with that. But in Trinidad and Tobago, our import bill is ridiculous. And we just importing all our food stuff. We just importing all our food stuff.
You mean who are the importers?
Yes, who are the importers?
The Syrians.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The rich.
Rich. Yeah. You know, I just, Tommy, I just wonder, I will wonder, Tommy, if Big George has support Donald Trump. What do you think?
I can't bring myself to think it. That he would support Donald Trump now.
You can't bring yourself to think that?
No, I don't think he should. He will be.
You don't think so? All right.
I think he knows. I think he knows better.
All right. I'll go with you, Tommy. I'll go with you. Look. You have another excuse. This is an excuse that they all make. Since 2001, the federal government budget has run a deficit each year.
True.
So we should run a deficit too. Big George, welcome.
Yeah, Professor, listen. First, I'm supporting Kamala, and two, I'm a Trinidadian. I'm a Trinidadian first before party. I love PNM. I'm a Trinidadian first.
How you gonna love
PNM? How you gonna love PNM?
How you gonna love
the best for my country?
How you gonna love PNM and how you gonna love PNM and supporting country? How? Tell me.
You want to support UNC?
No, I'm going to
do what?
support no. But ask that simple question.
I have a choice between UNC and PNM. Who are supporting?
I
PNM.
ask you, Big George. I ask you, how could you be supporting country and you're supporting the PNM? I didn't ask you to support nobody. I asked a simple question.
But I have a choice. If you catch them, if I don't support PNM, then I have to support UNC. And right now, PNM is the better choice to run the country.
And why is that?
Because UNC, they're not all inclusive. They are for their own people.
And PNM is all inclusive.
And PNM more inclusive. They're more inclusive, and they are better people to run the country. UNC is just to put money in their own pocket and do their own thing. As far as I see.
Big George, can I ask you next question if you don't mind?
Sure.
You know how many black millionaires was created under Prime Minister Rowley?
I don't know. I'm not interested in that question. Okay. I don't even care about that. Do you know how much millionaires is created under the UNC government?
You don't care about that?
I don't care about it because do you know how many millionaires are created by the UNC?
Let me ask you next question, Big George. Do you care that under Prime Minister Rowley, we have the highest amount of black people living below the poverty line in the history of Trinidad and Tobago? Do you care about that? Because
Trinidad, as far as I see from here, Trinidad have a lot of opportunities for young black people. They don't want to.
No, Big
young
George.
Black people in Trinidad don't want to advance themselves. All these young guys who are in crime, they don't want to advance themselves. Black people, how come the Syrian kids and the Indian kids advancing themselves and the blacks? Because of Rowley?
No, Big George, I asked you a simple question.
But they're saying the Indian kids and the Syrian kids advancing themselves. Why is the black kids not advancing? Is it because of Rowley? Because he had them poor. That's why. Rowley had them poor. You already believe that?
Yes, I believe that one. Let me ask you, Big George, think about this, right? You know, in the last SCA, the most amount of kids scoring under 50% is black kids. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, but who's the poor? When the parents want to party more than the kids, what do you expect? When black parents want to party more than the kids, what do you expect? That the kids to suffer?
All right, Big George, thank you very much for locking.
All right, cool. Yeah, but I Trinidadian first, eh?
Okay.
And I support in Kamala.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Bless. I know you don't want to get involved in that thing with Big George, but he tiptoe around that question, boy. The man put on the ballerina socks, you know. The man was going and save our goal and he tiptoe. He tiptoe outside. Tiptoe around in the box. All right. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, Tommy, he clarified one thing for us, yeah?
Right.
He's not supporting Donald Trump. Big George, I will give you a round of applause for that. Let me give my round of applause for that, Tommy. Eh?
Yeah, man.
Eh?
He's supporting Kamala.
Yeah. Let me give my round of applause for that. Big George, take. A round of applause. Only thing you have to do now, Tommy, is to make the right decision in Trinidad and Tobago. Eyes on. JB, welcome.
Allow me to respond to that last caller with a statement there. I mean, first of all, what kind of generational wealth does the black community has? I mean, when you have these rich Syrian 1% people who could comfortably pay for nannies and maybe help housekeepers and all kind of things to stay with their children, and black families have to do so and leave their children by themselves while they look for a dollar working for these establishments for minimum wages. I mean, how do we expect them to advance when there's a major gap when it comes to black people even getting financing for doing something like opening a business or a job? I mean, is he blind? What era is he living in? I mean, it is difficult for a black family, regardless of what, to even get capital to start a business, and to say and to go on that ramble and stating that here what it's just you can't blame the PNM for what is going on here. I mean, it's like how many black millionaires in the 60 years of the PNM? How many black millionaires has the PNM actually established within their parties or in their ranks? I mean, give Kamala credit. The short time she was there for those 5 years, I mean, she managed to create a couple of young East Indian millionaires. But within the 10 years of the PNM, how many black millionaires has she created? The answer is none. So therefore, I mean, in terms of generational wealth and everything, I mean, everything has just gone to the 1%, 1%. I mean, if he's not open-minded enough to see that all the PNM is doing is having the black population in Trinidad and Tobago hostage so that the 1% can benefit from our ignorance. I don't know what we can do about that. But I mean, the only reason why the PNM is holding on to the African people is because we need our vote. But after that, we don't get nothing from it. Everything goes to the 1%. This is a 1% government. I mean, I don't know how we can see that. Thank you.
You know, Tommy, thanks, David. You know, Tommy, it's really disappointing to hear you supporting our party, Tommy, and you not holding your party accountable for a man who says he could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, that you are comfortable with 26% of your people living below the poverty line under that man, and you comfortable with that as a black man? Something had to be wrong with you, man. Something had to be wrong with you. Hey, support the PNM all you want. Support the PNM. But you telling me, boy, you comfortable with 26%, the highest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, of your people living below the poverty line? And you don't care about that?
See, all I have to say is this.
No.
If the fourth estate was doing its job, we'll be all right in Trinidad. The fourth estate and holding the powers accountable and it's not speaking truth to power.
Tommy, listen to this. I'm saying this. I have no problems with Kamala Prasad as the Prime Minister making Indian millionaires. Me have no problem with that. I saying that. I have no problem with that. The problem I have is with a man who said he could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, and black people suffering is suffocation under that black man. And you don't have a problem with that, boy? You don't have a problem with that? Nah, man, something had to be wrong with you. and something wrong with a lot of them PNM people. Because them don't talk about that, you know. Them don't want to talk about that. 65%. Go ahead.
And we don't even realize that Kamala has demonstrated that she would do more for our cause than.
Because
when you look at Brother David Mohammed's plight.
Talk, Tommy, talk. We could pass through the break. Go ahead and talk. Yeah. Look at David Mohammed's plight.
Look at what Pandey did for Pancho and Bago.
And who take it away? Who take it away? The blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. He name it. He changed the name from Emancipation Day to African Emancipation Day. What he get him? What he get him? What he get him? Yeah, you have a minute before we go for the break. Go ahead.
I want to ask you one time, Professor, right?
Go ahead.
You from Laventille, right?
Schumacher, Laventille.
Schumacher, right?
Yes.
You came out of Laventille. A big-time athlete, a big-time world-class athlete, right? And I educate, and you come out educated.
I am an outlier. I am an outlier.
But
I am an outlier.
Did Rowley created you?
I am
you created yourself?
That's why I said I am an outlier. You can't take the minority. I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority.
And you got all the opportunities up here in the US.
And I get all my opportunities in this country.
But and it still came out of it. Laventille, it started in Laventille.
But I am an outlier.
And you came out of Laventille?
No, you can't use me as an example.
Why?
Because I am you know what the outlier is?
So why other folks can't come out of Laventille and come here and get educated?
But there are others who come. There are others who came.
And so I'm to the other problem. I'm to the others who remain.
What about Laventille currently?
You can't blame Rowley if you don't want to lead yourself. You can't blame Rowley. You can't blame Rowley. You have to forget Rowley. You have to create your own self. You can't wait for Rowley to create you. And then you wait for Rowley to create you. You have to be a well done. You can't wait for Rowley or Kamala to create you. You have to create your own self. You have to make your own opportunities. You got to go to the glass ceiling. You can't wait for Rowley to carry to the glass ceiling. You can't blame Rowley.
George, hold on.
Everything. I'm blaming Rowley for every single thing in the country. They ain't paying gas, they ain't paying water, they ain't paying rent. They live in $50 apartments and ain't paying apartment, and they're getting free subsidized gas. They're getting everything. They ain't paying for nothing. Don't need to pay for alcohol.
George, hold on. Let me go for the break. We're going for a 26 seconds break. Hold on.
All right, take it out.
George, don't go away. Stay till after the break.
All right.
Stay till after the break. Hold on, Stay till after.
All right.
So, folks, we're going to go for a quick break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95. Let's take that quick break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X, WZYE TV and YouTube. Subscribe. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. George, are you there?
George, turn on your computer. Turn on your computer.
Cool.
Turn on your computer. Again, feedback.
George, you came to the US and you did well. If you made up your mind and you say, well, look, I want to reach back to Trinidad and help out people in my community, would you expect whoever is in the administration to recognize your need to make an effort to help and accommodate you or facilitate what you intend to do?
No, I would not depend on that.
No, you trying to do good for your community because you say, look, I want to show some appreciation to my people. What would you expect?
First, I would not expect anything from the government. I ain't coming with that intention to take anything from the government. I will come to do what I can on my own, not depend on the government.
But if you cannot, whatever it is you want to do, you need government approvals to
If I
have
need
it done.
government approval, I will seek government approval. You know what I'm saying?
And if when you seek when you seek their approval, if when you seek their approval they decide that they're not gonna cooperate with you, how would you feel about that?
Maybe I might turn to corporate Trinidad. You see, corporate Trinidad, I think corporate Trinidad they should be doing a lot more in Trinidad. Corporate Trinidad should be doing a lot more in Trinidad, and they're not. All they're doing is pocketing money, and corporate America should be doing a lot more in Trinidad.
Okay.
Corporate America don't do anything in Trinidad.
I'm not sure if you understand clearly what I'm saying.
No, George, you're talking about corporate Trinidad. You're not talking about corporate America. You're talking about corporate Trinidad.
That's what I said, corporate Trinidad.
But George, this is what he's saying, right? George, for example, the former Workers' Bank building, right, was sitting there for years, abandoned. I put a proposal to the PNM government in order to make that the Laventil to Wall Street Empowerment Center. So black disadvantaged kids can have SAT classes, they can get online jobs, free, and many other things. The government rather mash down that building like chili baby and just leave a space there for the last few months. Well, why is that?
I can't tell you why that, but maybe that is wrong. Maybe they have a better idea than you. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's wrong for the abandon. But I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. See, I can't speak on that.
Okay.
I don't know what to speak on that. Why do I have it abandoned and they're not giving it to you?
No, not giving it to me, George.
Or to the people.
It's for the people. The
maybe they
building
have
is not
maybe they
for
have
me.
other things. Maybe they have other things in place.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks a lot, George.
All right, cool.
Thank you, man.
All I know is that the accommodation that you seek, you would have gotten it from, as you see what Brother David got.
It's simple, Tommy. The precedent is already there. It's a precedent. But it so happened the precedent was under the UNC and Kamala Prasad Basesa. That is it there. And them don't want to believe that. Them don't want to buy into that. Why the government had to give you anything? Farisal, were we renting from the government?
Renting to the government.
Renting to, thank you. Renting to the government, right? All them rest of them ministers and them who are contract with the government. And when it's for the poor, black, disadvantaged people, you as a black man make an excuse for why it's not good for them. Oh, Godfather, please put a hand. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Mr. Tommy, you don't know how to answer George, you know. The question you're supposed to ask him, right? Not everybody in Trinidad could have a proper job paying $20,000 and $15,000 a month. What about those who living in working for minimum wage? Because they must have minimum wage worker. Could they go to the bank and get a loan to buy a house? No. Could they go in the bank and get a loan for $500,000? No. The only loan them getting is to buy a car.
Yeah, but Mr. Florida, it's our people, black people, who have the requirements to get a loan and they still don't get the loan.
Exactly. So you see, everybody just talk about economic power, right? But when you go to the bank to get a loan, and let me say you and your husband or you and your wife working and all the money put together is $10,000, you still can't go get a $500,000 loan, Mr. Anselm. When last George come Trinidad and find out how much he could do, how much for a loan, you had to have assets to get over $500,000 loan in the bank. Remove a defender, call and he explain to you more.
You know, you take the words out of my mouth. Mr. Florida, you take the words out of my mouth, you know. I was not gonna call Mova defender name. Serious.
Exactly. All right, Mr. Handsome. Look on, listen.
Yeah, man. Tommy, he took the words out of my mouth, boy. I was not. Here is a man from in the bowels of Mova, in the bowels of Mova, Tommy. The bowels of Mova, and the man have a small business, and he's struggling. But George and them don't understand that. George and them don't understand that. Yes, COP.
Wall Street, I'm good, Tony.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, Kunji.
Well, Colin Butter read out his ninth budgeter. His ninth budgeter to the citizens of this country. And the PNM supporters contented with 5% and $2. So if you work 8 hours, you get $16. You get $16 extra for the day.
Time 5.
Hello?
$80. No, we just say 16 times 5 for the week. 5 days a week.
Yeah.
$80.
So and a bread is $21. I don't know how that working out. I don't know how that working out. And I don't understand what Big George really said. Yes, Big George, Dr. Rowley is to blame. Dr. Rowley have the black community in the surviving mood that they're in. Yes, Dr. Rowley will have them so. Dr. Rowley build a proper school in the community. Dr. Rowley build a proper facilities in the community. So that the children them would he build good playground, nothing. No learning center. He have all the mothers and fathers only working URP and CPEP. Food price raise 110, 15, 20% more. Time they work CPEP. And the credit by the shopper. The money done. And Dr. Rowley make all them Indians and them. The biggest contract I have in this country is the Indian community. And Dr. Rowley still getting them contract. The biggest business I them have is the Syrians. And Dr. Rowley still giving them all we land and all we property. What's what happening down south over here by South Park? Under Dr. Rowley, the creating empires. And him just passing budget for we the citizens to just pay tax and pay tax. You know what Dr. Rowley create opportunity for we? Is Dr. Rowley take a constitutional responsibility to create opportunity for we. We not supposed to fight to get we own opportunity and use Wall Street as an example. Trinidad didn't do nothing for Wall Street development. Nothing.
That's very true.
We paying Dr. Rowley, Big George, over $60,000 a month to ensure the future of this country get opportunity. And instead of that, he do that. He's selling out all we assets. The opportunities and the support, Big George, and the medical team for Dr. Rowley Goat Farm. We don't even have proper medical team like that in we health sector. And you saying, don't blame Dr. Rowley? How can you not blame Dr. Rowley when you're paying somebody $60,000 a month to create opportunity and giving them thousands of dollars in a food card, in a card, so they can carry the wife and the family all over the world? The opportunity by voting Dr. Rowley and making him Prime Minister, he and his family benefited on the opportunity 10 times more than when they was private. Are you telling me he's not supposed to create up? We supposed to fight for ourselves? So what we paying them for? A Big George? And then after you say, I voted for Kamala, where defended Rowley, and Dr. Rowley is the one to blame, and the People's National Movement. Dr. Rowley have look Wall Street. Hello. Wall Street. You know education. Education gets $7 billion again.
Yeah.
And more.
I see that. 7 billion. What they get last
For
year?
what? For what? For 50-something% that they trying to fail?
Yeah, last year they get 7.4 billion, you know. Let me see.
You see when people when
they
I
get,
say, you know,
they get 8 billion last year. 8.
Yeah. You see when I say, you know, and I mentioned it, for the past 9 years, the taxpayers of this country give Dr. Rowley administration for him to give the education ministry is over $60 billion. And what we have to see for that, he built 2 school, he built 2 college, he built 2 secondary school. National security, we give over $60 billion. And what we have for that, what we can show for that, when Dr. Rowley closed down Petrotrin, he said we're going to get more schools and more roads going to pave, communities going to see better, we will get better representation. 9 years pass and we get nothing. Nothing. While family and friends become richer, we can say we can identify ministers in Dr. Rowley cabinet that become 10 times richer than when they was private. Faris Alwari, look at what's going on. He's the biggest tenant in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rowley don't have a problem with that. Misconduct in public office. And these people then passing budget 50-something billion, 60 billion, 40-something billion, only by the billions. Dr. Rowley spends 9 years and spent over $600 billion in this country. We can't see nothing for that. Eric Williams spent 35 years and spent about $45 billion. In 35 years, Dr. Rowley spent that triple that in 9 years' time. Uncle Tony, you could tell me how that can happen? What he do with we money? We hear a minister in his own cabinet, brother, open 2 banks in 9 years. 2 banks in 9 years. Had nothing to do with TT. Probably you get TT dollars and it become US bank. Where in the world that has happened? Misconduct in public office. And they're not addressing that. You go in any country in the world and tell them, my government in Trinidad and Tobago spent $600 billion in 9 years' time. And 65% of the trial them failing. We have committed 600 murders. We have 26% of the African population in poverty. They say no. And Dr. Rowley coming in these countries and playing big boy. Taking me money and eating and drinking. Comfortable, you, your wife, and your children, and your friends and family. While people are hungry and starving and struggling. Survival instinct kicking. When they give them 1 hamper, you tell them the greedy are double dipping. Double dipping. That's what you tell we. We will vote you, Dr. Rowley, and we will put Kamala Prasad Disesa. We will give Shia 5 years.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, man.
You have bad reputation. Thank you.
Yes. You know, Tommy, your brother said something there, and I want to address this. I'm going to show you this. Your brother says, hold on. Yeah, KFC. KFC.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Right.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
If you got a Wall Street program, you know what you gotta do? You gotta pass 6 dogs, 3 parrots, and go along on the green couch. But Wall Street, what Ministry of Education get the biggest part of the budget?
I ain't sure. I ain't look at the numbers yet. I didn't look at the numbers. Last year, they get the largest part of the budget. What was 8 billion? I ain't look at the numbers. I just keep the numbers here, but I don't have this year numbers as yet.
If you have a school, Piccadilly School and Simple School, they go strong in the East West corridor, eh?
Nah. Forget about that. They ain't fixing that.
Yeah, they believe in the zoo first.
The 1% making all the money to the Indian financiers, you know, you put more money in works and transport.
Must put more money there. But we had
and who's the big contractors? Who's the big contractors?
Same fellas.
Not the Indian yeah?
Tommy, go ahead. Hold on a minute, KFC. Tommy, go ahead.
I said the big contractors is Jusamco, Calco.
Sammy is one name. Sammy something.
Yeah, Junior Sammy.
So O's, Marco, and all kind of thing, innit? So them is the Indians, them making all the money. As some black people get something, we greedy.
Yeah.
We must be
Big George. We not supposed to. Rowdy supposed to give you nothing, and again, all them rest of contractors, them ministers, and them all. I don't know why we so boy. You know what that is, Tommy?
But look, my friend move. I defend that he's a contractor.
Contractor, the man of equipment.
Yeah, you have a garbage truck company. You have about four garbage truck. I show you you walk in one.
Yep. Thanks, KFC. You know what we talk about, Tommy? We talk about internalized oppression, and you see that kind of rhetoric that George talking about there is internalized oppression. Because just what they think about us is what we think about ourselves.
Correct.
We ain't deserve nothing.
You're supposed to have nothing.
Nah, we ain't deserve nothing. The government sharing out all kind of things. But you know what we supposed to do? We supposed to work hard, pull yourself up by the bootstrap, and they're leaving us bootless. Right?
Go beg the Syrian for a day work.
Yeah, go and beg the Syrian for a day work. The government never put a penny in my pocket. I never get no scholarship when I leave Trinidad. I hear the one on the radio station there in the morning talking about, I got scholarship from Trinidad. I'll cut that one out there and put it out too. Show that as lie. I got scholarship from Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago government didn't give me no scholarship. They didn't give me no scholarship. I came to this country and worked for my scholarship. But you see, when you see people like George and Gordon Joseph and them fellas and PNM Fox and Patty and Ambrosie and them is internalized oppression. Because them is the same people who say, you know them lazy, they don't want to work.
But unfortunately, Anselm, we were in the same position they are in now, once upon a time.
To me, that was 1977, 1970s, man.
No. I mean, we supported the Red Juice too.
Oh, all right. Tommy, you go make Miss Atlanta call now, and she go come and she go regurgitate that now. But Wall Street, you used to support that Wall Street, yeah, I admit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I would safely say when I supported Patrick Manning, I did so in a sensible way because he meant well and he was doing well.
Look, as soon as you say that, guess who called?
Miss Atlanta.
Miss Atlanta, welcome. Well, I tell you. Miss Atlanta, how are you?
Good evening. Of course I have to come in. But that's not to tell you about your red juice or anything. It wasn't to tell you about that. You see, I wanted to ask you, when you asked the who was in office, the administration for the building that they mashed down, how long ago that was? Wall Street?
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
How long ago that was?
Hold on a minute. Let me see. I remember, Let me see. Let me see if I have something here. Hold on. 1 minute.
The building was mashed down last year.
The building mashed down last year.
But when you asked them, how long ago?
Yeah, let me see if I have a date on this year. I don't remember, to be honest with you.
But I mean, years ago or just around the same time?
Nah, maybe about 3 years ago. Maybe. I remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
Oh, well, I actually thought it was a good while. I didn't know it was so recent.
I thought it was 2017.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I remember. Yeah.
One of the things. Hello?
Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes, but so I was just listening to you speaking about all the different things that, the administration don't do for people. Now, I don't like how, especially this administration, how, how they waste money. Every administration I find, they're not competent and all this kind of thing. They could do a lot. But I do not blame Wall Street. Any administration in my development or anybody who want to develop themselves, because with all what they do put out programs. And all through the years, Wall Street, and remember you left here when you were young, so I could forgive you. Because all through the years, no matter who, right? When the government wouldn't build something, they used to rent their offices, like even health centers years ago, they would rent it. If you, Wall Street, had a big place, your house big, your yard big, they used to rent the corner, your garage or something as their office. That is years ago. As their office, renting from the government, and they know how much money that used to be. You know who used to rent it to and who used to be? All the little Indians, right? When they have their houses, it used to be upstairs and downstairs. So the downstairs used to rent, whether it's health center or whatever, the government used to rent it, the government, and endless money. And used to sit on the house on top and gather all this money. I don't think I've never noticed Africans, but I noticed all plenty, right? And then when they have programs about Wall Street, they do open programs. Who you think run into the programs? Especially long time when the little Indians used to be in garden and thing, and from the time anything happened, they get a free. Remember, the government things are free, free. That's one thing, free. Free this, and they're teaching it to do that. They used to run and take it up and do it, right? Because they themselves, that was before everybody came doctors and lawyers and things from, but they run and take the little opportunity and learn the thing. And we used to sit down on the scoop, on the corner, looking at people passing. Let me tell you one thing about Wall Street. I remember one administration put up this fantastic thing in Laventille years ago. One big to learn, just like what you wanted to do. Just like what you want, something like what you said in Laventille was really for the Laventille people and all this kind of thing. They were putting the army people to teach us things, because remember, all the kind of programs, beautiful, a big, big place. Everybody was waiting on that. Fantastic. When they said, okay, we open it, or say like September the 1st, whatever time they open, stroll and talk about money spent, You know what happened on Wall Street? Nobody. When it opened, nobody was there. Nobody. Because one of my friends, a teacher, was supposed to be waiting to teach. And nobody came. And one lady waddled in, she said, of course, at last a woman come in. And a lady came in, right? And when she came in, she asked, is this the whatever place in Laventille, like a Dorot Street, some place she asked. They say, yes. She said, looking for Dr. So and somebody she looking for. It wasn't there. She just came to get instruction, for some building that was near there. Right? She was looking for some place and she happened to come in there. And that was a complete failure. But our people, do not take advantage. Let me tell you something. They don't take advantage. Whatever it have there, and if they take, it's always small. And sometimes Wall Street, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you, I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying all the people. There are people who would, but it's in the minority. And Wall Street, when a government program sometimes come on, you're supposed to have 20 people to start. Sometimes they couldn't start because they don't have enough. They don't have the 20 people, so that program is not finished. And that was years ago. I don't know if it got any better or anything. But one thing I'm saying, all I'm telling you, Wall Street, yes, I don't like all the corruption, all the bacchanal, all the this bad spending, not running things properly and things. But we of ourselves should have taken the advantage. I hear you. I think people like to say the government give the Indian, the government, and then give the Indian and give the 1 pen. They didn't give them. Remember, they didn't give them the ticket. You remember they come and take the programs or whatever it is, you know.
Now the government had to give them. The government had to give them.
Give them what?
Like
What
for
do you mean,
example,
government?
taking the land away from Pancho and Bego. The government, the Indian businessman, I don't think he was going to pay for that land. It was an incentive for him to come to Trinidad to put that cricket academy there on that 11 acres of land. And the government will give him. So the government will give him that though. But the government, listen. But Kamala Prasad, that was the government. They give David Mohammed that land.
Right. So who? All right. Excuse me. Who fault it is now? Where the little who owner? The owner supposed to be me and you. The owner supposed to. Where is that? I blame no. I blame Panch and Bego. The little knickknacks should have been. All of them should be strolling there, building house, squatting. That's their land. So that's what they have to do. This like Mumu. So you will tell me all we have hundreds of pan men, and I don't want to know who. That's their land, right? That's their land. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to get up. Let it be a little Indian land. The whole of Indian will squad there. The whole of India, all the little. And then they say, look, they take it because you have to get up and think that's yours. And I just told you I don't like the corruption and thing in administrations. But who fault it is sometimes? You let them. Why pan fraternity is not on that land? Why is it not? I don't care. Don't tell me what government. I don't want to know who is the administration. Pan, Trinbago have panen, let them throw them out. But your family build your house, that's your land. That's your land. So why didn't you so you don't know pan people? All those hundreds of pan men and the same little boys, they say bad. And then don't forget, we quick to say, it's we, eh? Remember, we are the bad people, remember the criminals did this. I want to say, if we are so bad, and we are the criminals killing people doing that thing, why we ain't dig up the land and be bad?
Let me take this next call.
I'm just telling you. I don't blame the government for things, but I blame them for a lot of things. But one thing I don't blame them for, we had to get up, and they can't make you not improve yourself.
Okay.
They can't.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye. Mr. Intellectual, welcome. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Intellectual. How are you?
Good evening.
Good, Bro, Uncle T, everybody on the live.
Yeah.
It's difficult for people to come out from the darkness and just absorb that light when they hear the light confronts them. You know, it's like when you go cinema and you come outside, you know, you go at 12:30 and you come outside and that light hit you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's difficult for you to see outside, so you have to close your eyes and you have to take your time and open it back out, and then you see what is happening.
Yeah.
You adjust it. It takes people quite a while when they're indoctrinated in a certain kind of ideology to get out of that kind of thing. Take for instance your personal situation. You consider the ideology of the PNM to be one that you could align yourself with, right? And a lot of people do. So they would align themselves with it because they think the ideology fits their consciousness. So when they realize that something is wrong, but it's difficult for them to accept that what they believe is wrong, they continue to advance the love for something, even though it's wrong. And next thing you know, you either make a decision that, hey, enough is enough. This thing wrong and I can't continue with it.
Yep.
And you will get out of it. But there are people who have been so caught up in the ignorance that they fail to see the errors and step out of it. Like most people, it takes quite a while and a lot of doing, a lot of re-educating, a lot of time and effort is needed for people to transform their way of thinking and stuff like that. So I don't blame Big George, Mr. Maloney, and those guys and them. Even though at times I might say that, oh, the ignorance may fly in the face of all logical thinking. But when you think it through, you would see where they're at. And it may need a little more re-educating so that they could see things differently. The problem is that they're not thinking critically enough, or they haven't come to that consciousness that there is something to be corrected. And if they don't recognize that, they don't see a problem. So basically, that's where we are, and the idea that giving people transformative thoughts and re-educating is the only thing that you could do on the sideline to hope that things would change for them and they would see the need for a better society, a better way of thinking. I would want to suggest to Mr. George that if he thinks that people are supposed to elevate themselves, then we shouldn't have political parties and we shouldn't have people governing us. We should be governing ourselves.
Correct.
And we shouldn't be paying nobody to run this country. Every man do what he feel is right to uplift himself and forget about law and order and have structures in place or anything like that. And we would excel where we could excel, and whoever fall by the way is because they don't want to. You understand?
Yep.
We couldn't develop a system and then say that, oh, we have to do the work that we are paying the system to do for us.
Mm-hmm.
If we elect a government, they have the wherewithal now to make the facilities available to the people and re-educate the people in the sense of what their plans are for a better society. And if the people and them are not doing or not getting what it is they should be getting from the government, then they have a right to speak up about it. And if the people are unable to speak about it, then the one who recognizes the situation it is his duty, because he has the wisdom now to see that something is wrong, to stand up and say that it is wrong. And the people need to understand that he is speaking on their behalf, not for opposition's sake, but for their sake.
Yep. Correct.
You understand?
Thank you very much, man.
Basically, there's no thought. The budget didn't do anything significant for us. We just hear a lot of rhetoric and a lot of old talk. How much years now we have this highway to Manzalina building? How much years now the highway to Toko building? And what have it benefited these particular societies or the areas that these particular areas that these pathways, highways go into? What benefit the people and them are getting because of these infrastructural? Have there been any benefits? A big question.
Yeah, man.
Can anybody tell us what are the benefits of it? Is it in the long term, or is there any immediate benefit, or maybe medium term we might get some benefit? What really it is about?
Yep. There you go, Hannah.
Those are my thoughts. I just
Thank you, man.
I'm just in a quandary when I heard what the budget was about. I fell asleep at one point in time.
Thanks a lot, man, Anu. Mr. Intellectual. Thank you.
Have a blessed night,
Yeah, man.
gentlemen.
You see, man?
You too, Hannes. Thank you.
So I call you, man, Mr. Intellectual. Tommy,
Yes, sir.
Tommy, I like to do research, and yeah, KFC.
Yeah, can I Mr. Washington? One more point.
Yeah.
Every young lady that be calling in the program, she make some good contribution and thing. She say, don't blame the government. So we really like the government for Wall Street, not to the resources of the people and protect the people life and thing.
Correct.
The better we don't have a government.
Yeah, better we be the government, better the people be the
Better
government.
we be the government and we protect our life and we build police station and we build hospitals and things.
Resources much better.
We could be much better.
Yeah.
Well, people always call and say, "Well, don't blame the government. The government in charge of everything. Them have all the resources.
Yep.
It will make people life better. Make people living more easier and better. And support such a hardship. And the people of them. What should I look to understand?
Yeah, Mr. Florida. Hello.
Hey, you didn't give me answer, Mr. Tommy. Sorry for calling again, but Mr. Hansen, I want to say something, right? Because I grew up among a lot of old people, and when I was going to school, back in the day, Mr. Hansen, my doctor was an African. Most of my school teachers was African. Back in the day, African people was more educated than Indians. And through society and whatever is going on, it changed. The Indians and them plant the land, plant the corn, plant wherever they're planting, and they educate the children. But the critical question you have to ask yourself, Mr. Anselm, 1990, I believe in my mind, is where everything changed in Trinidad. And the question I just always ask myself, if PNM was in power, would they really have a coup? Because when this coup happened, I will repeat it again, if PNM was in power, this is the critical thinking now, if PNM was in power, would they have a coup? And the question I just ask myself every time I sit down and I look at documentaries about it, all the road businesses was owned by Indians and Trinidadians. Not 1% was looted and destroyed. And a lot of them couldn't rebuild. So I just always ask myself, if PNM was in power, if it would have really had a coup, and if it didn't have a coup, what would have been the outcome in Trinidad right now? Look on this, Mr. Hansen.
Thank you.
Good, very good question he asked.
Very good question. Need some
because I always heard Umbala lament that he lost his business during that 1990 coup. And he said he never recovered that business. I wasn't there, so I don't know. The only time I remember there was unrest that seemed to change Trinidad a bit was in 1970, because I was there. That was shortly before I left. And that was the Black Power uprising.
You know, Tommy, it's interesting that you say that, boy. But it's sad, because I mean, there comes a point in time when there's only so much the population can take, and no one is saying there should be any type of, blood on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago, right? But I mean, everybody have a limit, Just like everybody have a price, everybody have a limit too,
Yep.
Everybody has a limit. And I don't know if we passed that limit yet or if we just under that limit. But I would think a lot of people have passed that limit, to be honest with you. And instead of doing anything in Trinidad, they rather pack up and leave Trinidad, for the benefit of the country. But I wanted to address something.
Most people who leave is for the benefit of their children, especially grown people.
Yes, correct. Rishi says, Wall Street, I have a question for you. Can you answer kindly all the successful young and older people in Trini made it because of the government or themselves with hard work, sleepless night, or was it? All right. The last part I didn't get, Rishi. But
was it handy?
Was it handy? All right. To me, that is a combination of a lot of things. Many people made it because of contracts they get from the government. Right?
Yep.
If you are guaranteed a contract from the government, All right, let me use Mova Defender for example. Mova Defender start out, he had one truck, right? He got a contract from the government for $3 million, right? He could buy a next truck. He got a next contract from the government for $3 million. He could buy a third truck. He got a next contract from the government for another $3 million. He could buy a fourth truck and so on and so on and so on. But he's still working hard.
A very important component of the whole government contract business is getting your invoices paid.
Correct.
Because sometimes if you have contact or you know people, you get more done than if you don't know anyone, it's just you and you don't have somebody to speak up for you.
Right. Correct.
Your invoices might, instead of your invoices being paid in 30 to 90 or 60 to 90 days, it may sometimes be 6 months before an invoice is paid, because especially when the country is in economic hardship.
Yeah. So Richie question is it's a combination of things. You understand? Hard work is part of it, but the government is also part of it, because the government, for example, if they're building a road, Tommy, right? And you as a subcontractor just get half of the road or a quarter of the road, that could be $5 million as a subcontractor, as an example. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that could be very substantial for you. So I think it's a combination, and you just can't but the government can do a whole lot for poor people in any country. Right? Let me go to quickly this. George says, third world thinking, blame the government for everything. The government that give you everything. Yeah, again? Yeah, again? That is internalized oppression. You don't say Alwari and them, right? Who rent into the government, right? Does the government have to rent from them?
Nope.
Oh God, man. Anyway, sorry about that. Let me play some voice notes here. Hold on. Let me send a voice note. Hold on. Here's a voice note. Hold on. Today. All right, here we go.
Hi, good evening. To the panel inside and the panel outside, blessings all. Some of you have been fortunate to hear the budget from A to Z. I was not able to listen to it. I heard certain parts and then, all right, so I guess as we go along, we'll hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, because in every budget, there are things that make you go, ouch! And there are things that will make you go, It's unfortunate if your or your ouch is dependent on the color that you like. That is unfortunate. Yeah. So, I Google, I Google Section 34 and Dr. Rowley. But anyhow, they say they ain't going back there. They want to go back there. They don't want to go back when it is something that deals with truth and is PNM. If it's something that deals with error, they're still talking about who is pedophile. They're still talking about O'Halloran. I still hearing them thing, but they want to go back.
Not in this environment.
We don't talk about that here. We don't
Not in this environment.
Yeah.
Not in this environment, Gordon.
Yeah. So, Big George, you see you and Miss Atlanta, all your songs very, very real. I don't know all you. I don't have to know all you. But you see what all you say? The truth that comes out there and the reality, Tiana man. That is what does make teachers bring children up to the front of the class, But I'm sure that you are aware that you could end up getting flogged. Yes. From the go along, come along talk show hosts and their disciples, you will get real flock. Once you see you saying anything against the government, against the PNM, hey, but you the best thing after sliced bread with or without butter. Yeah, I gotta jump back here.
Oh,
Oh
God.
Lord.
Okay, all right. Let me hold on, Ah, boy. Okay, hold on,
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, Tony. All right, here it is.
Good night, Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy. The people and them want to know why.
Why what?
I have to play. Let me take this one. I'll play. Nobody Fender, welcome.
Wall Street, just for that. That the man who live in comfortable and go back to the post there. Can I hang up to go back to the post? Anyway, Wall Street, you know what is Big Jordan and problem? Big Jordan, Mr. Atlanta, look, I'll find Mr. Atlanta, kind of song a little strange. They believe it's government assisted, you know. It's taxpayers assisted. I keep saying that over and over. When we get out, we hear Faris Alwari make 230 million in 10 years, you know. How nobody's complaining about that? But as a black man or something, don't depend on the government. Don't depend on the government. Well, shit, I tell a man today, just today, I talk to that elder. I say, you know what is the difference between a small contractor and a big contractor? When a small contractor get a contract, less than $1 million, he has to pay the gangsters money, tax. But when a big boy get, in that contract, it have money to pay the police. But don't study he. No. The man who get the 500,000 contract, the black boy from Chumakak, yeah. He needs to stop depending on the government and work hard. Hard work brings success. So Alwari working hard by passing out what he building every night. 23 million a year for 10 years. But they have no problem with that. But as a black man look for something, why you depend on the government? Why you don't want to work hard for yourself? But everybody else get it. Worship. Every other race in Trinidad and Tobago, every other race have it handmade, spoon fed. But as the black man to come, you gotta work hard for your things. So sad. So sad. The man who say he live his life comfortable, he now get called back to the post. I'm sure some kind of factory working in 9 o'clock in the night. Was he Kiss Baking Company or something? Sad. But a black man looking for something to uplift his life. So what kill me and you, Wall Street? It's real sad. Big George is never government assisted. It's taxpayers assisted. So we asking for what is not we own.
Yep.
Enjoy the night.
Yeah, man. Bless. Let me finish this voice, though.
Good night, Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy. The people and them want to know why Rowley come and tell you that we have to tighten we belt more until 2027.
Hold on, Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Washington. This is crunch time, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Washington, Mr. Atlanta, we make any contribution?
Yeah.
Share love for the PNM. She just
No.
talk
No, she's
program.
not PNM. She's not PNM.
She's not PNM?
Nah, she's not a PNM. She's not a PNM. I know she's not a PNM.
But Mr. Washington,
Yeah.
I'm a friend over the friend that talk about. I thought I put together something. So I'm the Faris Ferrari, short, young.
Yeah, short, young at NBC Global, and them getting billions, you know. Billions, you know. It's in billions, you know.
And but Wall Street, you know I watch back and watch the party, watch the 5 stall, watch it in the PNM. Who benefiting off of the PNM?
Who are the most recusal from the parliament?
Ronan Sehan.
Who are the most recusal from the parliament? The most recusal. If you go down at the bottom, you can see Fitzgerald is maybe about 2 or 3. You may see Penelope because of 1 or 2. Right? Stuart Young and Faris Alwari them at the top. And at the bottom is the rest of them. All you miss me, eh? Miss me,
Well, that's why black people get something, they're greedy.
Miss
The one next hamper and all them kind of out of time and thing. And black people wake up and see the parent government really care about poor people, boy. What should I doctor let's tell Uncle Tommy have a blessed night, boy.
You too, my brother.
Jacket.
Folks, let me finish with this voice note. Put your
Good
closing.
night, Mr. Wash.
Put
And
your
Uncle
closing
Tommy,
comments in the
the
chat.
people and them want to know why Rowley come and tell you that we had to tighten we belt more until 2027. You see, when you're in Obi and thing, you doesn't see a way.
All the calls coming in now.
With 2 minutes.
Yeah, going on. I come to tell you that it are better days ahead for me, you, and Uncle Tommy.
Yep.
I think it's time we start our business. And I have the perfect business for we to start that will keep the three of us out of poverty. Me don't care about the rest of them. I care about Anselm and Tommy and myself.
What is that?
So here what I going on do. I going on Timu and start to see if I could bring in some belt to sell. I go and bring belt to sell. The market tighten with belt. And I think we have a shortage of belt in this country for the amount of people who need belt to tighten. Right? So I go and bring belts. And the first belt I bring in is to put around the neck of that man who threatened you on that radio station. He go get a belt for his neck. Right? He don't need one for his waist. He need a belt for his neck. So we go bring a belt for his neck first. And then we go bring belt for all of them rest waist. You understand? And then we go bring some special belt to beat some of them PNM and them into the senses because apparently they ain't no sense. So that the business we going into. We go in and start to import belt, Tommy. Have a blessed night, brother.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Bless night.
The man said Timu too, you know. You get
Yeah,
real
but
cheap belt Timu, you know. Real cheap belt, you know.
yeah.
You never shop on Timu, Tommy?
No, because somebody close to me had problems with Timu. They order and they didn't get it.
Yeah. I buy stuff on Timu before, boy.
You never had no problems?
Well, that's a story for our next day. But
All right.
folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing comments in the chat or send your voice note. Put your closing quotes and closing comments in the chat.
Good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy. The people and them want to know why Rowley come and tell you that we had to tighten we belt more until 2027. You see, when you're in Obi and thing, you doesn't see a way, you doesn't think straight and thing. So I want to tell Dr. Rowley, jealousy is created by a success of a man. Fighting to keep him down, you run to the Obia, man. Obia is something that really send you mad. You can't see your way and you're working so hard.
All right.
Oh, look. Big George says, hey, Tommy, read that for me, please. Read that.
No, I guess they don't understand it.
You know, I mean, how could... Okay, all right. Look, and Patty come right after him.
Yep.
I'm surprised PNM Fox didn't come after him him too. Big George says people don't understand what they mean by tighten the belt. Did Manning tell we tighten the belt at one time, Tommy?
Yep.
You think people don't understand what that means, Tommy?
No, they don't understand, according to George.
They don't understand. Oh, before I go, it is important to know there are 6 different types of abuse because at one point in time, I had a very abusive relationship with the PNM. 6 types of abuse. Physical abuse, well, we didn't have that. Sexual abuse, we didn't have that. However, and the people of Lavantil also have an abusive relationship with the PNM. Verbal and emotional abuse. That's what most of the people in Mova, Lavantil, and environs suffering under the PNM. And I say that, Tommy, remember the building that sat there for years under the PNM?
Yep.
You remember that? That is emotional abuse, you know? Yeah? Then we have mental and psychological abuse. Same thing, no, Tommy? Mental
Yep.
and psychological abuse, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Financial and economic abuse. Yeah, PNM had 26% of black people living below the poverty line, you know? That is financial and economic abuse, you know? And the last one is cultural and identity. Well, I don't think it's none of that. But them abuse that people are going through under the PNM, 6 different type of abuse. About three of them, black people suffering under this Rowley-led PNM. Verbal and emotional abuse, mental and psychological abuse, and financial and economic abuse. I always ask the question, where is the economic development, economic empowerment, and economic inclusion and access to capital for black people and black businesses under the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Rowley? I ask that question, but Fox and them, PNM Fox and them ain't gonna answer that question. Big George ain't gonna answer that question. Patty and them ain't gonna understand, they ain't gonna answer that question. You know what I'm gonna say? The government not supposed to be doing things for you. All you're supposed to be doing things for yourself. Folks, we're gonna go for a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna wrap up. We'll be right back. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. Put your closing quotes in the chat, and you can send your voice notes or your closing quotes as well. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
So, folks, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let's play these closing quotes so we can get out of here.
Good night, Mr. Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy. We'll have a blessed night until tomorrow. We meet again. Mr. Wall Street, best sell out in Trinidad and Tobago for the last 9 years, you know. We had to buy room, bro. If we go to them. Mr. Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, we'll have a blessed night and come home and you get rid of this evil, wicked, heartless PNM. Fire burn the PNM. Good night, Mr. Wall Street. You know the courthouse opening back, they renovated and they painted over. So you know justice and time. Rowley finances them have to get money to transport prisoners. They're all evil and wicked and sting the PNM is. They're trying to keep people in this West Corridor done. They're fixing the schools. They're building a community center. They're fixing the basketball court. They ain't doing nothing for the black people in this West Corridor. That's evil. Wicked Obama, we are Rowley as a Prime Minister. Fire burn the PNM.
Hey, good night, Mr. Hanson. Good Tommy.
Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Sorry about
Mr.
that.
Hanson, Tommy, blessings to you guys, blessings to your family, blessings to all the callers, everybody on the chat, everybody on the live, blessings to your family. You guys be safe. Mr. Hanson, I don't know what to say here, but I'm going to say this. I know now when I come in Trinidad, I have to bring extra small clothes for my family because they can't eat. Hard days coming. Sad.
All right, Mr. Atlanta, delete that message.
For somebody who don't want anybody to call their name, I find you're real minding people business, boy. Well, at least you're trying. How come that's your business? If I working in a factory, or if I working on a plane, or if I working on a boat, or if I working under the sea, or if I working in an office, how come that's your business? What I have to do with you and your party? Gosh, boy. Whatever I doing it legitimate, it's ethical, God approve of it. Just like the man who's selling water at the side of the road. Just like the man who working in the car park. All you believe in trying to denigrate somebody, boy. I doing legitimate work, bro. I know your business. If you want to mine something, tell me what color cow you like, and I could buy one for you. Gosh, boy, I should begin my closing comment out to respond to that quotation from the book of Dotuishness. Come on, man. Also, you surprise me again, but you can't remember when you applied for that thing? You can't remember something like that? Wow. That says a lot. Tommy, I like your caution, eh? I like your caution. That way it's hard to put your foot in your mouth, you know. Yeah. Because there are people out there that believe in the fear mongering. I am looking, listening, and reading. I want to see that school in Mova will close down because I know what I heard. I know what I heard on this program. Right? They're going to close down. Our next black family, our next black person will be out of job thing. They're going to are listening, are looking, and are watching. Because it are people who that gives them strength. Yeah, to be negative. To pelt mud, to throw stone in the opponent, shoot, to hate. Oh gosh, boy, how long? The Calypsonian say, how long? Maybe one day Wall Street will get vexed and he will play that song. Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise. Compared to, not across the board. Not across the board. And you know when my business fix? When I open my heart and I give it to Jesus Christ. That's when my business fix. Not when I became a contractor. When my business fixes that, when I give myself to the Lord, and then he just start taking care of me, and the kind of peace and joy that I have, money can't buy that. No government could interfere with that. So I'm going to sit back and I teach my children and them, find your own space, run in your lane, and win. And thank God the three of them excelling. They're not about just getting the goal, no, they're trying to establish the PB personal best. I could say more, no, but not tonight. Not tonight. Song familiar? God night, everybody. God is love. Give him a chance in your life if you ain't do it yet.
Tommy. Oh God, Tommy, your partner going Joseph, Tommy. Oh God, Tommy, your partner going Joseph. Let's go. Margaret says he's shouting hate, he sound triggered. Ali said, God love argue, boy. We answer where you get where you wicked to boy. You wicked to we so boy. Nah, all I know how we just go here. Right, Tommy? We don't censor nobody.
Nobody is censored.
Nobody is censored. We live by that. We speak the truth. Caribbean Soul said Margaret and PNM is clowns. There's actually a meaning for it on Google. Who them fooling? Okay. Mover Defender says, okay. What? I think pass me there, no, Tommy. CC. Wall Street, we will save some of these slaves, but we could have saved more only if they knew they were slaves. That's Mover Defender closing comment. Highly closing comment. The netherworld, the wicked shall return. All the nations that forget God, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the nation be judged in your presence. Strike them with terror, O Lord. Okay. Margaret says, highly good one. George is just a bully and a blowhard. Oh God. Wow. Boy, George. KFC, check out the stuff on the education ministry now. Okay.
You know, I saw somebody in the chat describing George as a vagrant. That's very unkind words.
No. That is not George. Nah, Big George is one of us.
George is a vagrant. George is a upstanding citizen.
Yeah. George is a good one. He just, sometimes his thinking does be a little skewed. You know what I mean? But he entitled to think like that. Wall Street, ask the biggest question. How are you going to change this black people's mind to see what PNM doing, not what Rowley doing? Get the answer first, then all will be good. Let me take that call. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Yeah, I'm calling quickly, Mr. Answer Tommy. I had to see this. Answer, Mr. Tommy. Gordon, Joseph, like a washing machine, and as they put water in him, he start to whine. Look, understand, boy, that man could quarrel, boy. Oh, God.
We doing the chat first. Tommy, Patricia said, Mr. Tommy, you have no contract abuse. You never tell me your story, Mr. Tommy. He wants to know your story. Huh?
I'll tell you over coffee or something, all right?
I ain't see this one. Lavantil was okay until the cocaine trade came in. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Fox, I grew up in Lavantil, so I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, all right, let me read Miss Atlanta closing quote, then I'm going to give my quote, and then you tell me. I often regret that I have spoken, never that I have been silent. That's Miss Atlanta closing quote. I often regret that I have spoken, never that I have been silent. Although Miss Atlanta is not a supporter of the PNM. Okay, let me take this one here. Hold on.
It looked like the lady tell Gordon Joseph, come off the blasted phone talking and start chopping us on the radio. That's why you going there.
I'm able.
Let me give my closing quote.
Please do.
Oh God. The world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. The world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
My first quote is very simple. The stars are the eyes of heaven. The stars are the eyes of heaven. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, must become that change you want to see. However, if you look in that mirror and don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Like I always say, be safe out there, and we'll see you at our next session, which will be tomorrow night from the hours of 7 to 10. Till then, love you all, and good night.
Yeah, Tommy, I put you in that thing the other day. Last night? Which one do you think you want to go out with tonight? Or let me put myself back in.
What do you want to go out with tonight? Wow. I have to start thinking about this way in advance.
All right, no problem. Don't worry about it. I got something here. I'm gonna go to Karina shit. There we go. Folks, good night.
We gotta save it. Oh yeah. My sweet TNT. Oh yeah. We used to sing sweet, sweet Trinidad. To leave here, boy, you must be mad. This is the land of milk and honey, rum and coke and easy money. While those birds we were singing, alarm bells kept on ringing. Pundits on each pulpit saying, oh heart and our soul decaying. Suddenly we wake up to a living nightmare, not bliss while editorials ask, how did we ever come to this? But so long we hearing, you got to it's getting on. We're fighting, making porn. Hot school girls you won't believe. Live MMA, they're pulling weave. Check the vibes, they're living by. Dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline Tamovado, mention maestro, they don't know. No morals, no ethics. There is a centrifugal black hole. Lord, we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing evil triumphs when good men do nothing. No triggers pump while words be frothin', and while church attendance real low. Protest back plus them casino, while black market prices haggling. Through up ports, big guns they smuggling. Spanish women are hot like their music. Saucy salsa, human traffic trend they go. We can't wait. The devil making hay while we sleep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world and we have to reap. While we look on them as more mothers who weep. We're in the world and we have to reap. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Now the nation's soul has been revealed. How they find Shannon Banfield. Busy street, yes, in our city. Killed by beasts who show no pity. Now there's fear and trepidation. What is happening to our nation? So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trend they go. The time is now. We have to take our country back while these monsters flow. We cannot run from their attack. That is why